You live?
Let me check too.
Yeah, EBTV Sports. EBTV Sports.
Yep, you got it. You live, bro.
Yep, we there. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
What the hell am I talking about?
Long awaited, bro. EBTV Sports. Low on the hate, my man. Yo, where we gonna start first?
Oh, we got so much catching up to do because I did the box stuff. We're just gonna take it slowly but surely where we start off at. I'm gonna go up the menu right now.
So
We got our topics ready, and we just gonna kill this.
yeah.
Like we always do. So okay. Oh, bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. What's the first topic we got on there? Okay, yep. What's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Love on the Hate One. You got your boy EBTV Sports in the building.
So
And we gonna talk some real boxing. The first topic of the day. We're gonna start this off with a good one. Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. You want me to take it first, EBT?
You can take it first, man.
Let me clear myself. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This fight right here is really intriguing to me, especially being that Terence Crawford did something that all the other welterweights couldn't do. Chuck Brick couldn't do it. Keith Thurman couldn't do it. Shit, a lot of those guys barely even hurt Shawn Porter. So if you got Terence Crawford who stopped Shawn Porter, that makes that Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight a little more intriguing to me. But I will say this. Errol Spence is not only inactive, he has an eye injury. And a lot of people like to dismiss this, but he has a car injury. And even though he wasn't really injured in the car injury, I really feel that Terence Crawford, he may be able to exploit some of those things, in my opinion, if Errol Spence takes Terence Crawford in his first fight back. But if Errol Spence gets a tune-up, man, because I had Terence Crawford losing on the scorecards in that fight.
To Shawn Porter?
Huh.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I had him losing, huh?
No, because you're not the only one who said that.
No.
So that's why that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I had Terence Crawford. Don't get twisted. Not besides the knockdown, because he was up on the scorecard once he got the 2 knockdowns. That was obvious. But I'm saying before the knockdowns happened, I had Shawn Porter most definitely up on the scorecard. Not saying that mean much because Terence Crawford was being very patient. You could tell Terence Crawford was looking to end Shawn Porter. He wasn't thinking about a decision really. So that could have played a factor too. But I'm gonna say this, man. If Errol Spence gets a tune-up, I got him beating Terence Crawford.
Because that's the reality.
I feel like, huh?
So that's the reality of it. Somebody said 5'4", Bud.
You talk before the knockdown, booty popper. But just finish my point. Inactive Errol Spence, I may favor Terence Crawford, but if Errol Spence get that tune-up, like I'm hearing he's gonna do it in February or March, it's gonna be a long night for Terence Crawford, man. That's my thoughts, you too.
For sure, man. So he The guy says he had Terrence Crawford 5-4 before the knockdown. So that's interesting. Because
he is a minority in that, though. I respect your opinion, but you're a minority on that one. Because a lot of people had Bud up before those knockdowns. Yeah, it was close, though. Definitely close.
Yeah, definitely close. I think one thing people don't say about Errol Spence is it goes unmentioned a lot of times. He can box, and a lot of times I think people they don't remember that. They think he's just that, a solid aggressor, but he can really box. Head movement, great defense. With a tune-up or two, and this gets to another point I was trying to make because I didn't like, and a lot of boxing fans shared this with me. I really didn't like Errol Spence's attitude after the first fight, because I feel like I'm scared that this is going to turn Mayweather Pacquiao, and the fight that we want to see until like later. He had the chance to call out Terrence Crawford in that Ellie Seckbach interview. It was like, you got anything to say to Terrence Crawford? Errol Spence said nope. And he had he had the mic in his face. He's supposed to get, and he got in the ring with who did he fight? Who was that fight? Crawford. Porter. He jumped in the ring with one of them. It was after the fight. He jumped in the ring ready to call him out. He ain't do that with Crawford. This fight was the perfect time for this is like the perfect setup. You just fought somebody that Terrence Crawford kind of did better. Well, he knocked him down. He stopped the fight.
He stopped him. Yeah, we gotta give Crawford that.
Spence ain't stop him. So that's what I'm saying. Like that this is the perfect fight. This is the perfect scenario. Now all we need was Errol Spence to call him out. He already left Bob Arum. So this is perfect. And Errol Spence, he didn't show enough energy, man. I really do. Like, this is the perfect setup. I think, if he gets a tune-up in, but it depends on who, because I don't see who can he fight right now.
A couple of fights out there he don't need no hard fight right now. Errol Spence needs, because Errol Spence, his last two fights was Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, two top welterweights. He didn't even have to fight Danny Garcia in his last fight, but I feel like there's some names out there. Somebody that Sean Porter pretty much going to beat. I would say it's a couple, lower level oppositions out there that not Sean Porter, that Errol Spence, can get.
Man, I think, with a good tune-up, I think he can beat Terrence Crawford. I feel like, I don't see the urgency. I don't see the urgency at all. This is the fight that everybody wants to see. About it. When do you really get two black superstars in the ring like that?
Especially when they both undefeated, right?
Yeah, and everybody want to see that. Both undefeated. The press conference would probably be nice. You got two top welterweights, and they're not hungry. You got to see the Errol Spence clip. I ain't seen nothing. You saw the clip?
Yeah, I see the footage, but what I really think, I feel like Errol Spence was kind of pissed off at the switch, which I understand that frustration.
Uh-huh.
But I do feel like Errol Spence should have, like you said, he should, you know what? This is my time. Let me let Terrence Crawford know what's up.
Should have jumped in the ring.
Yeah. I don't know why he didn't jump in the ring, man. But maybe that could be like, oh shit,
Yeah, and then, he did go on Twitter. He posted like a what's that thing called? Like a little picture of Crawford and him, like a little promotional picture. So that is good. But this fight is about to mess around and not happen today. Like, oh man, that's what I'm scared of. Although I don't think Crawford and Spence, I don't think it's like a Pacquiao Mayweather thing, because I think they can still be fresh at later ages. Crawford is 30, 36. He's not prime.
He's 34 going on 35. Yeah.
he's not spring chicken. You know, he's not
at all.
And Spence, I think Spence is a little bit more closer. I mean, how old is Spence? Maybe 31.
This is what I think 31, 30, I think he's 32.
Yeah,
I think so. Matter of fact, let me check on that because we need to confirm this information.
Yeah, 31.
Okay, damn, Errol Spence is still young for boxing.
Yeah, he has years. It's like, you know, I guess, you know, part of Terrence Crawford, I don't want to say, you know, if he beats Errol Spence, then he beat like a, you know, one Errol Spence like right off an injury. Errol Spence, I think he should get that tune-up in. The tune-up is necessary for him.
It's more definitely necessary. And I feel like if he takes that tune-up, man, let me ask you this. Let's just say Errol Spence feels like he could just get in there with Terrence Crawford out of tune-up. How would your success rate be when it comes down to him? You think Errol Spence could still beat Terrence Crawford without tune-up?
Yeah. I really don't. He could pull it off. It might be hard though.
No, it's not gonna be easy. It's definitely not gonna be easy. But one thing we do know is Errol Spence is like arguably like a Shawn Porter, like times 2 or 3. I don't when I mean like that is he's a little faster than Shawn. He's stronger than Shawn, and he loved that inside fighting. And Terrence Crawford, if he gives Shawn Porter that inside fighting, I mean not Shawn Porter, if he gives Errol Spence that inside fighting like he was doing Shawn Porter, I can really see Terrence Crawford in serious trouble. Because I feel like Errol Spence, I think they can hurt each other. Because I think Terrence Crawford can hurt Errol Spence, man. I ain't going to even lie to you, EBT. I think he can hurt Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence can hurt him. That's to make that fight so a little dangerous a little bit.
Well, 2 things. I think Errol Spence has an awesome chin. So that's going to be real hard to
do. A great chin. But let me ask you this, EBT. This is where the fun part get into it.
Yeah.
Like it is. You don't think Shawn Porter got a great kid?
Nah. He has a very Shawn Porter.
He chinny.
He got dropped by Adrian Broner. He's gotten like Shawn Porter gets he makes it a part of the content to get dropped every fight. Always getting caught. Yeah, I don't I'm not buying.
No. But this is the thing though. When I say Shawn, when I explain Shawn Porter's chin, I feel like because it's a difference between being chinny and having no chin. I think Shawn Porter has a solid chin. His only problem is he can be hurt and hit the canvas. That's not shocking. But I feel like Terrence Crawford, he is stopping guys that have never been stopped before. Even Kell Brook never been stopped like that. Kell Brook really got stopped by Terrence Crawford. We ain't never seen nobody really stop Shawn Porter or Kell Brook.
Yeah. I mean that Kell Brook fight was impressive from Spence. I'm just not. I don't know, man. I'm just not on the. I think Errol Spence has way better. He's not that type of person where you can just shock him and hit him and he on the canvas like in a split second. And it's not like
I agree.
Shawn Porter, them shots ain't hurt him, but Shawn Porter be boxing 1 minute, one jab, and he on the ground. And it's not like he's hurt. He's a little clumsy. Errol Spence is very disciplined. Very
disciplined. And like you said earlier, that defense, man. Errol Spence, people sleep on that defense. He has a pretty solid defense.
I think he would if Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. I think Errol Spence, this might be crazy, but I think in one scenario I can see a fight where Errol Spence dominates Terrence Crawford.
Oh, I gotta disagree with you on that one.
Well, I'm saying in one scenario, probably not the probable one, but in one scenario I can.
So you mean to tell me you could see Errol Spence if he fights in that scenario, you could see a shutout against Terrence Crawford?
Because I'm just thinking about ring generalship. I'm thinking about because Terrence Crawford like to bounce around the ring and everything like that. But you talking about a guy just solid discipline walking him down. I think Errol Spence could do that. Body shots, he's so calculated, and I think like, because one thing I see is when this is what Terrence Crawford does. Whenever Terrence Crawford, like, you see a guy throwing punches at Terrence Crawford. Sometimes Terrence Crawford would be like, you know what? Let me throw punches too. Let me get in there with him and everything. And sometimes he's gotten caught, but he'll be like, let me get in there. Let me throw punches with you. I forgot what fight I can see that from. But one thing about Errol Spence is he don't if his opponent is aggressive, he might not be aggressive. Like he sticks to his own game plan. He doesn't try to like. Now sometimes he's done it with the Porter fight. He has kind of like got what's the word for it? Played his opponent's thing.
Yeah,
but he's so disciplined. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, Crawford ain't catching Spence. There's no way he ain't gonna catch Spence on no wild stuff.
Not like he did Sean Porter. Hell no.
Yeah, Sean Porter, he just runs in there, literally.
But you can't lie though, EBT. Sean Porter did show some pretty good defense early on in that fight, man.
Yeah,
he was making Terrence Crawford miss a lot.
Yeah, that's one thing about Sean Porter, man. I do. I'm going to keep fighting. I really do.
Me too.
But
he's a very independent fighter.
Yeah, it's kind of that's one thing I always say about Porter. He'll give you a good fight. He'll never win against those top fighters. Like Sean Porter is there to lose. You gotta understand.
He beat Eddie Garcia. That's a top fighter.
Okay. I'll give you that one. But I'm just saying, like, in terms of like the most elite fighters he fights, he's fighting just to give the guy a hard fight. Like it's gonna be hell going through Sean Porter, but you ain't gonna lose. That's the thing. It's gonna be a tough fight.
It's gonna be a tough fight because he gave Terrence Crawford his toughest fight. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yep. But I just think, I mean, especially how Sean Porter was having some bright moments. Man, I don't think Sean Porter can mess with. I mean, Crawford can mess with Spence right now, man. I think Spence is too sharp, too big. You got to think about that too. Sean Porter, what, 5'7"?
5'7".
He looked even shorter in the fight. I mean, he still was catching Crawford. You talking about Errol Spence 5'10"?
Yeah. He was catching Terrence Crawford, so yeah, never lied about that.
I think, like I said, I can see a scenario where Errol Spence died Crawford. The guy says Errol Spence run rabbit run. Yeah, see. So this guy's arguing how Spence is running from Crawford. Now I understand that too, because it's definitely looking like him.
I ain't even lie though. Let me ask you this: in what scenario do you feel like Errol Spence will have to fight? Because sometimes he fight like you said earlier, he fights different ways. What type of fight do you feel like he has to fight against Terrence Crawford to dominate? Like you feeling in a certain scenario. What scenario is that?
Well, let me see. Okay,
come straight forward on Terrence Crawford, try to outbox him.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do that. Like it won't be no type of like dance in the ring. He's gonna have to be dominant. Basically, come forward, body shots, control the pace of the fight. I think he can do that because he's bigger and more technical. I think he's more technical than Crawford. Way more sound technically. Crawford wild, man. He's wild. He's not.
That's the thing. This is the thing, EBT. I get what you're saying because this is the fact right here. Errol Spence is more disciplined than Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford can really box, man. But the problem with him, you catch him a few times, like Porter was doing, and he'll throw box out the window. Errol Spence not going to do that. He's going to.
Everybody say that. Everybody say that, and that's true. It's the truth. You catch him one time, he just starts swinging, and that ain't gonna work against. He'll mess around and get dribbled off the canvas. You try to do that with Errol Spence, and that's one thing. Errol Spence don't do that. You catch Errol Spence, he's still on his game plan. You catch Crawford, he throw boxing all the way out the window, start swinging. It's like, all right, well, and it works sometimes. It does.
Yeah, hell yeah, it works. But for the most part, I don't think that shit gonna work against Errol Spence. But that's why I feel like Terrence Crawford just have to like he would have to fight the perfect fight against Errol Spence. If he gets undisciplined, he can get clipped. He can get very embarrassed for Errol Spence. So I want to see that fight so bad, man. I want to see that fight so bad.
The most anticipated fight. I would stream that fight too. Just streaming. That is the most. And I don't think there's any fight that you could really ask for besides that one. Right now, I don't really want to see anybody else.
Right now, hell no.
Maybe
not right now.
What really, that's the most. And then they playing. Spence had this was the perfect setup. Like everybody's wanting because I thought this fight kind of went quiet for a while. I ain't really heard too much, and then he fought Porter and beat Porter.
Yeah,
Mike was in front of Errol Spence. He could have jumped in the ring, and we probably would have had a fight right now.
This is the thing. Why do you think Errol Spence didn't have in that ring? Do you think he kind of feel like having second thoughts about the fight with Terrence Crawford at least this early?
I don't think Errol Spence is scared. I don't think that is.
No. Never scared. But maybe Errol Spence may feel like, okay, let me go ahead and get a tune-up first before I get in with Terrence Crawford, you know?
Yeah, probably that could be it. I don't think he. I just feel like
definitely not scared. He's not scared. What did you say? ABC, you gonna say something?
I'm just thinking, he's not scared. We've already established that. I just feel like I don't know if he senses the urgency in this fight. Like I wish certain boxers had the heart of a fan, man. Like I really do, because we want to see the fights, but they don't really. They're whatever about it. Errol Spence was like, maybe we'll see. That's what he said to all the fights, man. He's like, what do you think about it? We'll see. And like, bro, as a fans, bro, we want to see it. Like, we really, really want to see the fight. And that we'll see mentality is it's just so frustrating, man. It really is. I just think. These fighters are not like the old ones. Hagler. These have been Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns. That era, we would have had a fight by now because they were trying to fight. I don't know about this one, man. They like whatever about it. I mean, he got away from Bob Arum. This is what be like the like. This is supposed to be the pinnacle. This was the culmination of everything we've been talking about. This is supposed to be the fight. They're supposed to fight next, bro. To be honest with you. Yeah. I can understand Errol Spence wanting a tune-up. But this is ridiculous.
That's what I was going to say. I think the fight that happened by like mid, June, May. Because I don't think Errol Spence, logically, I don't think he's going to have in there and Terrence Crawford on a tune-up. Not saying he's scared, not saying he won't do it, but I think the more logical thing to do is to get a tune-up first.
That is. When was that Garcia fight?
Danny Garcia or Mikey Garcia?
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia? Let me see. Where did that fight happen? In June? Definitely this year. Danny Garcia versus Spence. Spence. Spence was talking smack about Terrence Crawford too. Yeah. That fight was excuse me, that fight was last year. December.
Oh yeah. That's bad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gotta get another fight in.
He gotta get another fight in.
Like immediately though. I don't want no waiting on 2022, bro. Like, because let's say we wait 2022 to fight.
I think he is going to 2022.
Yeah, so you're gonna probably do that. So then you fight somebody in 2022. What do you think? Yeah. You think maybe February 2022, January?
Well, they saying well, my boy, shout out to Money Brown TV too. But he said that the Errol Spence next fight is going to be in February or March.
So you got that March. So then nobody fights a month later. So then you got March, April, May, June. You probably looking at June 2022 for a Crawford fight.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Well, I mean, I want to like soon, bro.
Say it again.
That's I want to soon. Like this is.
Yeah, but see, this is me too. I'm with you, but we gotta be. This is the thing about boxing. We gotta be patient, man. You know how long we waited for the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3 fight?
Yeah.
We gotta be patient about certain fights.
You want to transition into Wilder, man?
Huh?
You want to transition into Wilder?
Oh yeah. That was the next topic. We are finished off and then we've been on this for a minute.
For sure.
Yeah, we good.
So what do you think his next fight gonna be, man?
Oh my God, man. Deontay Wilder. I feel like Deontay Wilder, he can face Trevor Bryan. He can face I'm not gonna say Ortiz because I don't think nobody wants to see that again. But if Charles Martin just so happened to beat Ortiz, that's a good fight right there. He can fight. I feel like Dillian White is another one, but I don't feel like Dillian White's gonna face Deontay Wilder next because Dillian White taking Tyson Fury. But I also feel like Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius. I feel that's another good opponent right there because Robert Helenius, he's not a bum. Robert Helenius is he can be stopped most definitely, but I feel like Deontay Wilder, that's a good fight to get Deontay Wilder back on his feet, you know. And that's about 4 fighters that I got right there that Deontay Wilder can face. What's your thoughts?
Hey, before I even, what are you saying? Did we ever recap that? I know it's not been a
recap. Great minds think alike because I was going to ask you that same question. We never recapped that fight, man.
Man,
I would love to know.
What were your thoughts?
This is my thoughts. I'm glad you asked me that question because I want to talk about this so bad. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I down there cried that day when Deontay Wilder was because it looked like he was gonna get stopped in the 3rd round now. And when I say cry, I mean literally. I'm just letting y'all know I was hurt. I'm like, damn, Deontay Wilder in the 3rd round, like Tyson Fury is gonna get him out of there early. I want to hear your thoughts on what you thought momentarily in that 3rd round. That 3rd round was a scary round for Deontay. It was like, damn, Fury's gonna get Deontay out of here, and he was hurt.
Yeah.
That shocked me because I know Tyson Fury is training with Sugar Hill to be a puncher and all that stuff. But Deontay Wilder, he never really had a bad chin to me. I feel like Luis Ortiz hits harder than Fury. I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but when Deontay Wilder came out in that 4th round, and he knocked down fucking Tyson Fury like that, I thought it was over. I said, damn, Deontay Wilder really scored a 4th round knockdown, a fourth round almost knockout while he was hurt. Deontay Wilder was still hurt when he knocked Tyson Fury down. He was still hurt and tired as hell. Deontay Wilder was hoping Tyson Fury to get up. So my finishing thoughts on that fight is Tyson Fury, you know, he showed heart as usual. He showed he can really hurt Wilder without cheating allegations and all that shit. So we can't use that BS no more. But I also feel like Deontay Wilder, not taking no credit away from Fury, but I also feel like Deontay Wilder got stopped because he was exhausted. That's how I really feel.
Man, okay, this fight, it's so many layers to this fight. It's not so simple as when people saw it. Yeah. Man, I listen, I respect Tyson Fury. I think he's the best heavyweight right now. I don't put Usyk over him right now. Usyk, although that was a impressive fight against Joshua, he really only had 1 fight in the heavyweight division. Fury's number 1. And then you put Usyk.
Definitely number 1.
I think, I respect. Now I'll admit I was rooting for Deontay Wilder. He knocked Fury down twice. I was like, man, this is crazy, bro. And I was jumping and everything, and I was happy for him. But that third round, you're right about that. I was like, this about to be over. Like, this is really about to be over, bro. I was like, man, again, I thought Wilder would have something different. It was bad seeing it. I wish he didn't have his wife there and everything.
Yeah.
You know, I hated seeing that. But the thing is, you know, I would say, you know, Fury is definitely the better fighter.
Almost definitely.
That is obvious. But what also didn't help is the weight. Coming in there 230. What was he? 238, 240?
238. 238.
That did not help at all. He was drained the third round. He like a zombie.
He was. But go ahead. I don't want to.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, that was definitely Deontay Wilder's downfall in that fight. But the thing about it is, I understand why Deontay Wilder did it, because he feels like he can handle that inside game a little better that Fury was doing. But Deontay Wilder, he also didn't think about the what if it don't work out? I don't feel like Deontay Wilder really had a plan B. Like, if this don't work out, I feel like he just assumed that was gonna work and that was gonna be the end all kill all. But I really do feel like it pains me to say this, EBT. It pains me to say it, but you know I'm a realist. Panic. I don't even want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. I feel like Deontay Wilder mentally going into that fight, I feel like he was emotionally involved in to kill Tyson Fury so much that could be mentally draining before a fight.
Yep.
You know, Tyson Fury, like, I beat you twice already. I'm relaxed and stuff like that. Not saying Deontay Wilder wasn't confident. Not saying he was scared. But I feel like he was too, like, when you mentally want to hurt somebody so bad, that can backfire if it don't work out. But the good thing about that is it almost worked out to his favor, because Deontay Wilder was fighting off pure emotion in the heart when he hurt Tyson Fury. That wasn't no Deontay Wilder didn't have a plan B and none of that. He just landed that right hand, which we all know. And I still feel Deontay Wilder, not saying Fury is not the better fighter, but I do feel like Deontay Wilder, he's the closest to coming to her and Tyson Fury, and it may not be another heavyweight that can hurt Tyson Fury like that.
Well, you know, I'll say this too. I think, you know, yeah, it was evident, you know, that that weight was not that did not help at all. I mean, third round he started off fast too. First round he was coming out there swinging. By the third, fourth round he was done. Like, I was surprised the fight went down that long, because I mean they stopped it. What round was it over?
11. They stopped at 11.
Yeah, that went. I mean, fourth. Like, I think Fury wasn't conditioned well at all either, because if he was really energetic, you know, really had the energy on him, he could have really gotten Wilder out there way early.
I'm gonna be honest with you on that one, EBT. When it comes down to that, I feel like Tyson Fury, he wasn't in his best shape, but I also feel like you gotta understand Deontay Wilder did break his hand in the fourth round too. Deontay Wilder, without that right hand, it pains me to say this. Out that right hand that he needs, he can't beat Tyson Fury.
That's true.
So, yeah. So, you know, what I'm hearing, he broke his hand he broke his right hand in the fourth round. The round he almost murdered Tyson Fury in, and the right hand was no longer available since then.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I really thought he should have, Wilder going into this fight, I really wish he would have gotten, like I said, you know, I always say the boxing, because I really thought he was just trying to go for that right hand. Like, that's what he was going for. He was really trying to do the 1-2 all fight long, just trying to look for that right hand. And if he no defense was evident, no defense at all. I mean,
yeah,
none.
True.
But you know, I heard this quote. It's the one of the best quotes I've ever heard about this fight. He said, Deontay Wilder can't beat Tyson Fury, but he's the only one who can beat Tyson Fury.
That's true. Because I feel like if Deontay Wilder fights Tyson Fury 20 times, We all know Tyson Fury gonna get a handful of wins, but I feel like one of them 20 times, Deontay Wilder not very spark out.
It only takes one punch. It only takes one punch. One punch. You know, you already got the refs giving about 15 seconds to get up anyway, but it only takes one punch.
We got to get to that now, ABT.
Yeah, that's debatable. That's the whole debate. But it only takes one punch. He's Deontay Wilder, the only guy who he won't. I don't think he can beat Tyson Fury, but he's the only guy who can do it because only heavyweight in the division that can catch him once. It only takes one shot, and that's it. He's really the only heavyweight who can beat Tyson Fury. You think about it.
He almost put him to sleep in the first fight.
Debatable.
It was debatable, but I think, Tyson Fury, most referees stopped that fight. How he went down, most referees like that is over with. I feel like Tyson Fury got the benefit of the doubt. I understand it was a close fight, championship fight, but most referees would have stopped that fight. But I forgot to tell you this, because you said Deontay Wilder did box really? You don't think he came out in the first 2 rounds and did pretty good on the boxing pit?
Did very well in the first 2 rounds. But after that,
I was shocked.
No defense. None at all.
Yeah.
It's just open. Just open. Like I've never that was the open. I mean, the hands weren't up. And it's sad to say, that's my guy Wilder. All right, and I hate it. But you ever look at his Olympic fights?
The truth.
Did you ever look at his Olympic fights?
When they got stopped?
No, not but I'm talking about this Olympics in general. He had better defense then than he has now.
But to be fair, ABT, Tyson Fury, it's easier to show good defense against those caliber fighters. Tyson Fury is very good with the herky-jerkiness and the awkward style and stuff. So it's a lot harder to have defense versus him.
I'm just saying, at least put your hands up.
Huh?
I'm saying at least put your hands up. You ain't got to be Mayweather or nothing.
Yeah.
At least put your hands up and try to do some head movement. At least something like that, man.
Yeah, that was
that was bad. That's one of the reasons. But you look at Deontay Wilder's Olympic fights, you will see that he looked better technically then than he does now.
Oh, most definitely.
And I wonder why that is. I really do. Because I expected a lot from Wilder, but I didn't really get it. But I really think he is the only heavyweight who beat Tyson Fury. Like I said, it takes one shot and that's it. That's it. One shot and if Fury don't get up, it's over. But he really can't beat Fury. Fury will beat him if they fought 100 times. Fury's getting like 80 of them, 85, maybe 90.
You don't think Deontay Wilder clip him like 30 times out of 100?
Yeah, but clip him and him not get up.
That would surprise me too. Like, this is a good debate. Not even a debate. I think we got to break this down. If Deontay, I don't feel it's overrated, but some people try to say it. Do you feel like Deontay Wilder that one punch knockout power? Because if you think about it, he did knock out Ortiz with one punch, but I'm wondering why he can't keep Fury down. Like why is this? I know Fury's mentally strong, but why he can't keep Fury down is my question. Like,
well, that one thing about it is Wilder's right hand is so powerful that even him just throwing it casually can knock somebody down, but it still might not have the full effect. But when you see it, and then here's the thing: when he fought Fury, the second time where he knocked? No, the first time when he had him, he was dead for a second. That fight, the very first time he knocked him down, Wilder threw with everything he had. The only thing about that is if you throw with everything you have, it's a big risk. That's why Wilder doesn't do it. But if Wilder ever threw with everything, I'm talking about to the temple, hit Fury with everything he had with that right hand, it would be the same thing in the first fight. But the thing is, it's a gamble because if he gets caught, it's over. If he gets caught and he swing like that, one uppercut or something like that, it's over. So Wilder's smart in that regard, where he didn't take that risk, but it's just those little right hands with a little bit of power behind it. They still can knock Fury down, but Fury can get up front. And this is the first time Fury was ever knocked down twice in a fight. He was knocked down in the first fight twice by Wilder. No, was it how? No, I'm talking about the third fight. What there was like a metric that people said it was the first time Fury
Well, no. Tyson Fury got
twice in one round.
Yes, definitely twice in one round. Yes, they were definitely. And not only that, but let's just get into it. That long count, you know. I feel like Tyson Fury, but honestly, I gotta be real. I feel like Deontay Wilder played a part in that just a bit. Not saying it was Deontay Wilder's fault, none of that stuff. It's like it's not like he intentionally ran to the wrong corner, but Deontay Wilder ran to the wrong corner, and the referee had to stop the count to tell him to go to the right corner, and that took a lot of time. That gave Tyson Fury a lot of time to recover. But one thing I will say, because I want to hear your opinion on the long count. But one thing I will say about Tyson Fury, he knows how to buy time. He knows how to put a little tight. Tyson Fury literally did this. Referee said, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Put your hands up." Tyson was like, "I'm good." Like, basically, psychologically letting the referee know he's buying extra time. Tyson Fury knows how to take 15 to 16 seconds. He knows how to get that extra time.
Yeah.
So you can tell though.
He did a good job with it. He's a high IQ fighter now.
Yeah, like,
and I think
that's where that experience comes in.
Yeah, he did a good job with that. But and, I think that thing is because you're supposed to wait till you get to the opposite neutral. It was a neutral side of the ring or something like that.
The neutral side of the corner.
Yeah, and Wilder didn't do that, so that partly is his fault. I just put it out there, I'm not saying there was anything weird going on, but I just it was a little. It's just had to be put out there. That's what I say. It's got to be put out.
It was definitely controversial, but I don't feel like, I'm gonna give Tyson Fury a pass because Deontay Wilder would just went to the right corner. The judge, the referee would have cut him out. But Deontay Wilder going to the wrong side of the corner, and that's what kind of killed him. And another thing about Deontay Wilder is this: Deontay Wilder have all the time in the world to finish Tyson Fury. Even though they both got saved by the bell, Deontay Wilder got saved by the bell in the third round. Tyson Fury got saved by the bell in the fourth round. But Deontay Wilder still has 6 rounds to hurt this man and put him out. And I'd be just like, damn, like, Tyson Fury don't even have the best chin. Why can't Deontay Wilder floor this man? I'm talking about out cold, though. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I just, that's a good point. I just feel like, let me hear, what do you think is next for Wilder officially? If you had to make a prediction, what do you think is next?
I think it's I'm hearing that he's talking to Don King about the Trevor Bryan fight. I don't know how true that is, but I like that fight. Deontay Wilder can get his hand risen. He can get a little cheap ass title. Mm-hmm. Deontay Wilder's still the money man now. If you think about it, he's still the money man. A lot of people still want to see him fight. He's still the most paid heavyweight when we're talking worldwide. A lot of people say, "Oh, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury." Worldwide, if you have Deontay, let's say Andy Ruiz faced Deontay Wilder, he's gonna make more than Andy Ruiz versus Tyson Fury. Worldwide now, not just the UK and all like that. Worldwide, so I feel like Deontay Wilder still has some fights left in them, but I do like the Charles Martin, Robert Hernandez, or Trevor Bryan. Those 3 names right there. If you take any of those, I would love that.
I love Andy Ruiz, but I think he'll beat Andy Ruiz. I think he'll knock Andy Ruiz out.
I think so too.
Easily. That right hand that's too much. He got 4 inches on him. I think that's a good fight for him. I really do think there's really no other heavyweight besides maybe Usyk and Joshua who can pull that off. who can beat Wilder.
I thought you were going to say Usyk and Tyson Fury.
Well, yeah, but, of course, besides Tyson Fury, though. But I think Joshua might be able to pull it off.
I don't think Joshua can pull that off, especially if maybe if Anthony Joshua come off a win, he probably could do it. But I'm not gonna lie, EBT. I see some mental. One thing we got to give Deontay Wilder, we haven't said it so far. That man is not mentally weak. For him to be hurt like that and almost stop Tyson Fury on being hurt, he's not mentally weak. I think we discussed it before. Shit, we might even debate about it right now, but I feel like Anthony Joshua do have some mental weakness to him. Like you can get it tight. I feel like you can get an Anthony Joshua with him.
Yeah. And that to a degree is true. I just feel like I'm just talking about from a boxing perspective because I think Joshua has the blueprint now. He has the blueprint because there was always questions on what would you do to beat Wilder, but he has the blueprint from 3 fights. And arguably, you could say he won the first one, but that's debatable. But Joshua has the blueprint, so that's the thing. That alone, I think Joshua goes out there and be aggressive. I think it might be the same thing, man.
But see, this is the thing. Tyson Fury has super confidence. Will Anthony Joshua have that same confidence?
Yeah.
We have to ask ourselves.
Yeah, and you like
Tyson Fury never lost before. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying, you realize how far we come from a Joshua. You remember that Wilder Joshua fight was the fight, and that fight just dead, man.
Yeah, when they were both undefeated. I wouldn't say dead though. I just feel like if they both, could go on like some type of winning streak, it could kind of be revived again. But I know what you're saying about, it don't have that same spark anymore.
Yeah, but that was the equivalent of Crawford Spence right now, man. I mean, that was the fight everybody was looking for. It was like, how many fights did Joshua versus Wilder? And now, like, Joshua doesn't got 2 L's. Wilder has 2 L's. And it's like took the sting off of it, man. It's nowhere near as the tricky fight.
Most definitely. I agree 1,000% on that one. It's nowhere where it once was. But I feel like, we got to give Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua a chance to redeem themselves.
Yeah, it starts with the music fight. With Joshua, I think he can pull that fight off again.
You think Usyk gonna win that one or Anthony Joshua?
Joshua.
You said you think Joshua could be Usyk? I think he can, but I don't think he can be by decision. I feel like he got to go in there and really because he got power. We all know Anthony Joshua got that power. So my whole thing is like I was saying earlier, that mentally strong part. Like you have to mental. I could start rambling about that. All day, but I think Usyk could beat Anthony Joshua in a boxing match 10 times out of 10. But I feel like Anthony Joshua will have to come in the fight against Alexander Usyk and kind of, I hate to say throw box out the window, but throw box out the window a little bit.
Of course, but he didn't throw his hands enough.
Yeah, he thought he got outboxed Usyk. Like that's what it was.
I think he didn't throw his punch output was not appropriate for that fight.
Yeah, his punch output was definitely too low. And I got something I want to hit you up. I got something I want to hit you up out the blue. And I know a lot of people want, and I just made a video about this and it's doing well. Mm-hmm. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. I know you got something for me in this one.
Well,
Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, man.
You already know, man. One thing, so I'm just gonna put this out here.
Go ahead.
I think with a good training camp, good sparring partners and everything, good trainer, I think I could beat Jake Paul. That's just my opinion. I need a good training camp though. Let's see, 8 weeks, good sparring partners, everything like that. Unlimited money to buy whoever I needed to for some sparring sessions. I think I could beat Jake Paul.
I won't put it past you. Shit, I'll be going for you. You will be an underdog in Vegas though, but I'm going with the underdog.
But here's the thing about Jake. I feel like he only takes fights that he knows he can win, and that's why I'm nervous about this fight because he's not. He's really not serious about it. You gotta be honest. This is why he's fighting Tommy Fury. Because he's only fighting people he knows he can beat. So if he's so confident and he knows he can beat him, he might actually pull it off. But one thing about I'm just trying to go off his previous fight. So he fought who? Who did he fight first? The Gib.
We don't even count that one. The basketball player, Nate Robinson. We don't even count that. He fought Woodley.
Woodley, he got knocked through the ropes against a 40-year-old retired UFC fighter. 40-year-old retired UFC fighter, not boxer. A 40-year-old, not even 40-year-old retired wrestler. He got knocked through the ropes. And it was still a little, because now some people, what do you think about this? Some people are claiming that in his fights, there's a no knockout clause.
I don't I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that's true because the no knockout clauses come with like the exposition fights. He's not having really exposition fights because those fights count on his record. It's not like the Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul where it don't count, or the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones. I don't believe that's true.
Nah, the only reason why people say that is because when what's the man's name? Woodley got him through the ropes and Jake Paul was holding on for dear life. Woodley threw no punches after that. That was suspicious. I mean, I'm not the one that always try to jump for a conspiracy, but that was just odd to me. Like, why you? This is the guy you supposed to keep talking about your mom. You're supposed to hate him so much. You get him, knock him through the ropes. He is on his last leg. You can take him out in his whole career, and you don't throw any punches. I don't understand.
No. I will say this though. I'm with you on that one because it looked like Tyron Woodley was holding back a little bit. But then again, I got to be devil's advocate. Even though I agree with you, what you're saying, let me be devil's advocate a little bit. It appeared to me like Woodley did let his hands go a lot of times in that fight because he was scared of that right hand bomb that Jake Paul had.
Yeah, but he was through the ropes though. Like he was through the ropes. That's different. I'm not talking about you stunned him. He was through the ropes. Yeah. He barely was on his legs. But we get back to Tommy Fury fight. If I'm just saying, if everything is true and everything is pure, I have to have Tommy Fury win this fight. He's a professional boxer. He's been in the ring before. Because you think about it, Jake Paul has not fought anybody who's been in the ring. Think about it. He's really never been in a boxing ring, in a boxing match before. Nate Robinson, God knows he's never been in a boxing ring before.
Hell no.
Who else before that? The YouTubers, they ain't been in a boxing ring.
I don't even count them YouTubers shit. No.
I want to know exactly. So he's really never fought a professional boxer yet. But then again, one really would argue, if everybody say he's trash, then these are the guys he should be fighting. Because I would argue he's not really supposed to be fighting guys. He's not that level of a fighter. He's fighting his competition. You really want to be honest with yourself. He really is fighting his competition. The only problem is he keeps saying he's more than he is. But he's really fighting his level of fighters.
But to be fair though, EBT, to be fair, this nobody in their first 4 to 5 fights really fight like great competition, stuff like that. So my whole thing is, it's like I feel like we should give him a few more fights before we actually put him in there with the Wolves, because we know that man can be beat.
I'm saying, well, even everybody, any pro fighter in their 4 professional fights, first 4 fights, they're fighting. They should be fighting other pro fighters. I mean, they might not be the greatest level of competition, but they should be fighting pro fighters. I think about Jake Paul. But my point is, everybody else The world says he's trash. Well, everybody who knows boxing, and that's true. So I really can't get mad at him for fighting Woodley, Tommy Fury, and guys like Ben Askren, because I really do feel like that's his level of competition. That's the guys he should be competing with. But and you saw it. That Woodley versus Jake Paul fight was a competitive fight. He did not look like he was a real pro boxer. Like a solid technical pro boxer should dismantle Woodley, but it was a competitive fight, which shows that fight, that's his level of competition. Those are the guys that should be fighting right now. So I can't really get mad at his resume. When you think about it, you really can't get mad at it. But the only thing is, he hypes himself up to be like Mayweather or something like that, and he really isn't.
but he definitely hypes himself up. But you know that's part of his marketing ability, because we have to give him this, man. He knows how to make us watch him fight. Because if we didn't care, like, I'm interested in his Tommy Fury fight.
Oh, I'm not watching it though. I refuse to give Jake Paul money.
Why you not watching it? I'm talking about even if it's for free, or you can find a way to stream it or something.
Oh yeah, if I find it on like streaming or something like that, but I will not pay for this fight at all.
Oh no, I'm not paying. Yeah, I'm not paying for that fight at all. It's not pay worthy. But I know how to stream some of these fights, especially the ones that I know I'm not going to pay for. And you know, this will be one of those. You know?
Now, if he knocks out Tommy Fury or beats him, the next mandatory fight he should take, Vidal Riley. You know who that is?
No, who is that? UFC? A UFC?
He's a boxer. He's a Mayweather promotion guy. He has like 6 or 7 fights. Same weight class, same height. Because, and I will give him this: he never fights anybody his size. But I guess Tommy Fury is a step up. Look up Vidal Riley. That guy.
Riley, yeah.
I think he had like 6, 7 pro fights.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do know exactly what this is. It's funny, like when you said the name, I see him on the screen right now. Yeah, I seen him do interviews in the Mayweather gym and make prediction on fights and everything. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, the thing is though, maybe a couple years ago, not a couple years, some time ago, I can't really win, but I said he should fight Vidal Riley before anybody said it. And about a couple months later, they had a video where Vidal Riley was calling Jake Paul out. That's a perfect fight for him, because they both have the same amount of pro fights, but he would get destroyed. Like, Vidal Riley is a beast. I think that's a perfect fight.
Yeah. See, this is my thing with Jake Paul. Like, because this is the thing I'm gonna say about Jake Paul, because I do feel like that's a tough fight for Jake Paul, but I will say this: you don't feel like Tommy Fury training with Sugar Hill and Tyson Fury can kind of?
Oh, he's training with Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's over then. Oh, it's over. Oh my God.
He's training with Sugar Hill, man.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, it's over. I see that right there. Yeah. Sugar Hill is that's the Emmanuel Stewart line right there. Oh yeah. They produce real boxers. Yeah, it's over then.
But to be fair though, EBT, we got to be fair now. Tommy, would you agree that one thing we can give Jake Paul is that he does have real power, or do you think that's a myth?
That he does have? You think he does have real power?
Yeah, I think he do. But I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think not Tommy Fury, Jake Paul has real power? You feel like, because we both know Deontay Wilder has real power. We can't take that away from him. But do you think Jake Paul has that real power, or do you feel like Jake Paul is just like his power is kind of overrated a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's hard to tell, because when you think about it, when you go against dudes who've never taken a punch before, he's definitely not like Paulie Malignaggi, because, like I said, I always give this analogy. When Paulie Malignaggi fights, you beg him to hit you because it feels like a pillow. It just feels so nice. So you almost begging Paulie Malignaggi to hit you. That's how pillow fisted he is. It feels so good. So that's why I don't think it's like that. I think he definitely has a solid punch. But when you fight guys like Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, they really don't know what a punch feels like and it's so shocking, and then they get knocked out. But he hit Woodley. Maybe Woodley has a good chin, we don't know, but he hit Woodley.
No, Woodley has a chin though. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so that might be. So it's hard to tell. I would like to see him go against a guy who's taking a few punches, then we can tell. But he's definitely not Paulie Malignaggi.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if he knocks Tommy Fury spark out, is that confirmed to you?
Yeah. But it better not, man. I was about to say something, but it better not be no
early stoppage type shit.
Yeah, it better not be no BS. That's all I gotta say, man. Like, it better not be no Tommy Fury goes in there and look like an elementary school box or something.
Yeah.
But if it's training with Sugar Hill, that should be enough, really.
And he's sparring with Tyson Fury. He's sparring with Tyson Fury, and he's training with Sugar Hill. And you know what's the press conference? Man, they are talking. Man.
I really think. But when you're in sparring, I think you should fight the comparables. Who's like your opponent? You fighting a 6'9" heavyweight. Fight somebody like around his size. I mean, it's good work, but I guess but it's not really. Is it really getting you ready? Maybe it is.
No. I see what you're saying. You get to a point, because you're going against a 6'9" giant versus going against somebody that's 6'1", maybe your height. What really experience are you getting? But I think what it is, Tommy Fury feels like, if I can get my big brother Problem, who is the heavyweight champion of the world and bigger than me, what the hell is Jake Paul? So I feel like Tyson Fury just using that, it's like a confidence builder for Tommy Fury.
Right, and here's the thing, I do get that point, but if he loses to Jake Paul, I really do agree with him changing his name.
It's gonna be a bad look with you two.
Bad look.
You lose to Jake Paul. Your first loss to a YouTuber.
That'd be a horrible look.
Terrible look. Which means I might lose some respect for Tommy Fury. Because you're supposed to be this boxer. You're supposed to come in this fight. You're supposed to stop Tommy Fury. But the crazy thing is Tommy Fury is the underdog, man. That's the crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. What is the round thing? How long are they going?
I think it's an 8-rounder. That's another good
question. Gone 12, man.
Yeah. I don't think it's the check. I think it's an 8-rounder. My thing. One thing about Jake Paul, he got very tired last time.
He did.
He was tired as hell against Charles Woodley.
Because he never fought for longer than 3 rounds, 3-4 rounds. Ben Askren, that lasted a round. Nate Robinson, God knows that ain't last for and Nate Robinson wasn't looking that bad though. People forget because Nate Robinson never boxed before. That's the reason why, but that's why he got caught like that. But he really wasn't looking that bad. Those first 10 seconds.
He kept lunging in. I was like, Nate Robinson wasn't even throwing no jab. I was like, damn, at least try to throw a jab. He kept lunging in with that right hand. I'm like, okay. But then again, I don't even count Nate Robinson. Because Nate Robinson is not a boxer. He's a basketball player. And and you could tell by his boxing, his wanted to be boxing ability. He didn't have no boxing ability. He came into a fight with Jake Paul trying to be a street fighter.
Yeah.
But it's an 8-rounder. That's like an 8-rounder.
Yeah, so that's all right, I guess. They should go really
at least 10, huh?
Yeah, but if he's with Sugar Hill, I think that's just enough by itself, man. That's enough. That's all he needs right there.
So it's not like you pick a Tommy. It's like you pick a Tommy Fury for everything.
Yeah, I'll do it again. I'll pick against Jake Paul. But one thing that does concern me to a degree is that Jake Paul only fights guys he thinks he can beat. He's never going to go in there and fight like a real threat. But maybe he's wrong about this one, So,
I mean, this is my favorite Jake Paul, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. I do feel like Tommy Fury a little risk You know, especially with Tommy Fury with the whole Sugar Hill thing. Because I do feel like Sugar Hill knows how to make a fighter. So that could be Jake Paul's downfall. Not to mention Jake Paul barely won that last fight. It's not like he dominated Woodley and you going into this fight like, you know, without a chip on your shoulder a little bit.
Right. He barely won.
Barely. So,
almost touched the canvas.
That was a knockdown. Me and you know that was a knockdown. Because you can't use the ropes to hold you up. The referee was on the count. He was going to be on the 8 count, on 10 count with that one.
Yeah. So I saw you send me that Clarissa Shields topic, man.
Oh yeah, I will get to that one next right now. And that's a good topic, man. You know, I would just say, do you feel like the Clarissa Shields loss in the MMA? First of all, do you really look at that loss as a big loss to Clarissa Shields?
No.
Also, I want to. Okay. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say. Yeah, because it's MMA. You know, she did like 3 fights in the MMA. It's not really. That's not her thing, man. So it's not really that bad. But I do think being a boxer should, like, having hands should give you a kind of an advantage in some way in MMA, because it is more to it than just than just boxing. But you're supposed to hit with a 1-2 and just end it. But I don't know.
Right. And then the way Clarissa Shields lost, it wasn't like she didn't get dominated. You know, I thought the fight was close actually. I feel like that knockdown kind of cleared Clarissa Shields when she got taken down. But other than that, Clarissa Shields up on the scorecard for me.
I didn't even get to watch that fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. You should watch the highlights. It was a good fight. Clarissa Shields she showed a lot of heart. She didn't give up. You know, but I was just gonna ask you: do you feel like that could play like a mental factor, like when it comes down to her boxing career? Because she probably didn't lose at boxing, but she did lose in the ring, whether it was the octagon ring or the square circle. What's your thoughts about that, you see?
Well, I think because MMA and boxing are so drastically different, it shouldn't carry over. And I think she knows who she is as a boxer, you know. So I don't think it should carry over, but maybe, I didn't see the point of her even fighting MMA at all. Like, I didn't even see what the point was at. Like, why go over there to MMA when you have such a good career in boxing? And some people. Now I have a question. Do you put women in your top 5? I mean, your pound for pound list?
No, I honestly I don't, because I feel like when I judge like woman boxing, I kind of put them in their own world, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so basically, what I mean by that, like, if I have a top 5 pound for pound for women, it'll just be a pound for pound for women, and then I go to the guys. Yeah, I don't do that, but this is my thing. I probably would do it, but the girl will have to do something like outlandish. And Clarissa Shields, she does have an outlandish boxing career, but not enough for me to put her in my top 10 or whatever. Top 5.
That's how I was going. I just feel like, that because MMA and boxing is so drastically different. Like I said, it shouldn't really carry over.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the whole MMA thing was an experiment too. That's really what it was. It wasn't nothing serious for her. I don't think so. Like, it was like a real career.
Yeah. It wasn't serious. And plus, it's not like she got knocked out cold. Now maybe she would have got knocked out cold or something like that. Then we could be talking about a mental aspect about the situation. But I think Clarissa Shields all right. They tried to put Clarissa Shields in there with what's her name? What's the girl name? A lot of people think she's gonna knock Clarissa Shields out too. Savannah Taylor. So
who?
Clarissa So it's a girl named Savannah Taylor. EBT. Oh, she got a punch on her, and she beat Carissa Shields in the amateur. So
Huh.
we gotta watch out, huh?
No, no, I'm thinking about that. I'm trying to see
Yeah,
any type
she's a
of.
beast. EBT.
You think she'll pull it off?
I think Carissa. Let me think about that one. I, I think Carissa Shields can beat her, but this is a lady, Savannah Taylor. She's undefeated. Not only she's undefeated, but she beat Carissa to the amateur. So she do got a leg up over Carissa right now, you know. And she has a good punch, GBT. A good punch.
You know,
And
the only thing I say about, I don't think Clarissa Shields can be beaten by another woman.
in her professional career.
Yeah, I don't think she'll ever be beaten by another woman because one thing about Clarissa Shields is, I'm trying to say this in a way that doesn't seem offensive because I like Clarissa Shields, man.
Yeah.
But she's not built like she's built like a middleweight. Now, she's still a lady now. I'm not, but she. Let me see. I'm trying to see how to correct.
No. I see what you're saying.
She has a man like frame. Like she's muscular. She's sparred with Errol Spence, man. That's all I gotta say.
I was just gonna say that.
Like she could really compete. She could beat Jake Paul. Like she's strong. She's real strong, man.
She'll fuck up with Jake Paul.
That's what I'm saying. She's strong. She can compete with the men. And that's why I don't really think it's any women who can really mess with her, man. She's tall for a girl, a lady, and that's why I really don't see how many women pull off that fight. But maybe if anybody who can match her physically, can you said the Taylor, can she what is her like measurements?
How tall is Savannah Taylor? I can see. I know for a fact Savannah Taylor. I think she's a size two, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, then that's
I actually said the wrong name. Her name is Savannah Marshall.
Okay.
I'll be saying Savannah Taylor for some her name. Yeah. Let me go to her record. Right? I mean, look, 11 wins, 9 knockouts. So she has a high KO ratio. She beat Carissa Shields in the amateur, and she got a fight coming up December 11th. So if you want to, that's in like a few weeks. So you just want to check her out to see, kind of get a measurement of her. That'll be a perfect.
I'm looking at it now. I can look at one highlight video. That's all I gotta see.
She's 5'11".
Jesus Christ.
So if I'm not, I think she's taller than Carissa. Am I tripping?
She is. Let me think. You still ain't gonna cut it though.
You don't think she can clip her?
No. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. No.
Carissa Shields. I'm not gonna lie. Carissa Shields could outbox her, and I feel like she would have to fight a perfect fight. Savannah Marshall who got some real power.
She'll stop.
Shields only got 2 knockouts.
She'll stop her. Yeah. Look at anybody watching, man. Watch Savannah Marshall versus Maria Lindbergh. That's all I need to see.
I think Carissa beat her by decision. Because Savannah Marshall, she showed a decent chance. I think she'll lose by decision.
I mean, I was just seeing her fight. No, I'm saying seeing her fight Maria Lindbergh. Maria Lindbergh, she about 5'5". She brings absolutely nothing to the table, and she ain't dominate her.
Yeah, but I agree with that. But I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Cause the same thing could say about Carissa Shields when she faced what's the old girl name? Carissa Shields faced somebody that gave her a hard ass fight before. What's her name? Job Carissa Shields and everything. But I feel like certain fighters fight the level of their competition.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So Yeah, sometimes I'm not saying that was true for Savannah Marshall, but you know, I thought Clarissa Shields win that fight. I don't think he's tripping at all. I'm just saying, for her to beat Clarissa Shields, even though it's an amateur, they was kids. We all know that shit don't mean much, but
All right.
it's still a statement in the back of your head. It's like, okay, I beat you before, you know, it's just a statement,
I believe. I think Clarissa Shields will go undefeated in her boxing career, man. Maybe that's why she's been made, but I think women's boxing doesn't really have anything left for her. And I'm thinking about like, would it be a bad thing if she fought? I mean, I know this could probably never happen, but how women could go and fight men, because she's not. I don't think she can get challenged by any. I'm not finding a lot of people who can challenge her.
See, I see why you say that, because Clarissa Shields could box and stuff like that. But when you say you talk about like any man or just a certain group of men,
She could pull like if she called Paulie Malignaggi out of retirement, she could beat him.
She'll beat Paulie ass.
It's just certain ones. Of course not. She can't go in there and just fight anybody.
Yeah, she could beat some men though. She could definitely beat some men.
Yeah, she could pull it off. I'm trying to think about some guys she could beat.
She could beat Jake Paul, that's for
sure. Julio Cesar Chavez Senior Jr.
Man, she'll beat his ass.
Junior, that's such a disappointment. And would you hear anything about that Mayweather Chavez?
Mayweather Chavez, they were talking about a fight?
Yeah, Senior.
Mayweather in the fight? Senior?
But it was so you never saw that video. They were at the WBC conference, and they signed for an exhibition, but now everybody's talking it down like it's not gonna happen. Mayweather Chavez Senior, not Junior.
Yeah, Senior. Yeah, I didn't see that one. You put me up on game with that one.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen either. But Mayweather, he could talk about fights like that and make grip of money just off even entertaining it.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that was probably like a bag for Mayweather.
I would love to see him in the ring again, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, and anybody can say this.
Let's make this a topic.
I was scared out of my mind when he was fighting that Logan Paul fight. I was terrified, bro. I don't care what nobody say. You're a YouTuber. I was just like, yo, what if he catches him and Mayweather on the ground? Like that was my worst nightmare. That was one of the most scariest moments of my life, man. I was watching that fight. Just don't get caught. And then I was watching the stream, and the guy was like, "Oh, and Logan Paul hurts Mayweather, bro." I almost lost my mind. But I guess the guy was
My bad. My bad.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say I'm with you on that one, because it wasn't even. We know Mayweather is better boxing and all that stuff. What was killing me was how tall Logan Paul was, and
I'm saying
his weight. He was bigger than Floyd, so it's like
that's what I'm saying.
It did kind of look like. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. 6'2", and he 44.
Oh, hell yeah. Mayweather over there. He was 44 too. Shit. Yeah, that's old for boxing, man. And not only that, he was inactive. So we're talking about an inactive 44-year-old. Yeah, that's scary.
6-inch height advantage. What was that? How many pounds of weight? I was like, yo, this could really go wrong. And if Logan Paul was the first person to knock Mayweather out smart, you would still be hearing about it today. Of course, every day. At least I don't care what I was scared, man. I was really scared. I would love to see him in the ring though.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember it like yesterday. But we both were kind of worried about it. Because I remember, I think we did like a prediction on that too, like
Yeah.
from what I can remember. But but this is my thing. You think that Mayweather could come back at this day and age and beat some real fighters?
Hey, I'm gonna say something that you might think is stupid.
Go ahead.
I'll give you two fighters I think Mayweather could beat right now: Canelo and Terrence Crawford. Right now, Mayweather could put it off. I told you. I told you.
Yeah, you did
Nobody.
tell me.
I was watching this. I said Mayweather could pull it off. Right, he could beat Crawford and he could beat Canelo right now. A good training camp, but Canelo might be too big because of the weight. He's just
Yeah.
too big. You know, he's too heavy. But he could pull off a Crawford win and he could pull off a Canelo win. If you adjusted Canelo's height and his weight properly, he could beat both of them right now today.
Hell, we have to understand. Let's be real. Mayweather beat Logan Paul, but it's not like he looked very great against Logan Paul, man.
Well, you know, but there's so many factors into that because you think about it. When Paul did something smart, clinched him up,
That's
clinched,
true, yeah.
and you can't when you go against a 6'3" heavyweight, basically, he couldn't really get out of there and get punches off. So he was so much bigger than Mayweather. It was kind of hard to do that, but and you know the clinching really was what it was because you know Mayweather probably would have knocked him down at least if Logan Paul ain't clinched so hard. But that it was a smart thing from Logan Paul, but he could have really knocked him down. You know that one pull counter he did, Logan Paul was going down, but he had to lean on Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather couldn't get him off. Mayweather beats Canelo, and he can pull off a Terrence Crawford today.
You say that with so much confidence, man.
I was watching it, man. I said, you know what? To a good training camp, I can give you 25. Mayweather could be right now. He could be the I'm trying to think of somebody solid. He couldn't pull off.
I think you think Canelo though? I mean,
Yeah.
that Canelo, I don't even think Canelo can make. I don't even think Canelo can barely make 154 now, and that's the only way. He
Let me
can't
see.
beat Canelo that weight. He ain't gonna beat Canelo that 150, though, you see.
No, of course not. But let me ask you something. Wouldn't we all love to see Canelo back at 147? It might be a huge rate drain. It's hard. But I would love to see that fighting like Spence and all them.
I mean, it's a lot of good fights that can be made down there with Canelo still to this day. Even all these guys, Terrence Crawford, if he fights Mayweather again, Mayweather destroying 147. If that's what you're going at, Mayweather destroys that at 147.
Yeah, 147. I think Mayweather could pull off a Canelo win. You think I'm crazy?
No. If we're talking 147, yeah, I don't think you're crazy at all. But if we're talking 160, because we gotta understand, Mayweather fought Canelo the first fight. It was 154.
Right.
No, well, 152. It was
catch weight.
Both a sacrifice. Yeah, catch weight. But if Mayweather decides to go to 160 to Canelo era, and we have to understand Canelo is a lot better than he once was back then.
Yeah. Well, and okay, now that's a debate by itself too. So Mayweather can't go to 160. He can't go to 160 right now. But I think he could be maybe at a catch weight. But let's just go back. I think that Mayweather who fought Canelo, what was that? 20. The Mayweather who fought Canelo could beat the Canelo now. I really easily. He could easily beat the Canelo now.
Now, easily, ET? Easily?
Dismantle him.
Good Lord, ET, that's
dismantle him.
So you think Mayweather could come out of retirement?
Mayweather is the best technical boxer that's ever lived.
Ever. But see, this is the thing. You know, Father Time is undefeated.
I'm saying, give me 35-year-old Mayweather. Well, no, he was what, 37?
When he fought Canelo the first time, 35.
Yeah, something
that
like
was still kind of old. Yeah. That was still kind of old.
He could beat him.
But we're talking about 45-year-old Mayweather now, though. But I'm not gonna even lie. Mayweather did make a good point when he said that. He said a lot of people talk about how I beat Canelo, but Canelo was they try to say Canelo was green or too young. But a lot of people talk about how I was out of my prime when I beat Canelo too.
Yeah, see,
Mayweather made an excellent point when he said that.
It never goes both ways now. See, it's all in one. And that whole NS Green thing, that was stupid too, because you got to think about it. Whole Canelo was green. Canelo had some good fights on his belt. He was not like he was popular. He was popular. He wasn't like nobody knew who he was, and no. He had good fights on his belt. You got to think about it. He fought a Trout before that. He fought Sugar Shane, and you look at the epilogue, the Canelo Alvarez versus Mayweather epilogue. Everybody was like, "It's just the night that the king gets dethroned." See, that's what I'm saying. This is what gets me. Here's the thing: before the fight, oh, is this the time that Mayweather loses? Mayweather first lost. Then after the fight, well, Canelo was green. You can't have it both ways, because if everybody was saying, "Hey, Canelo's green," this guy's green, he has no chance against Mayweather before the fight, then okay. But everybody was hyping him up to beat him before the fight, and then when he loses, now he's green. But look at it. Before he fought Mayweather, he fought Austin Trout, Josito Lopez.
Yep.
He had good guy. Certain dudes. He had Carlos Baldomir, but he had he had 40-something fights, so he was not that's not inexperienced at all. He had more fights than Crawford got now.
No, but see, that's a great. Listen, I'm not gonna even lie. That's a good point. He had a lot of fights going in the middle of the fight, but I will say this: when it comes down to that Mayweather fight, I feel like he did fight Mosley. He had some solid wins. Mosley fought Cotto brother, but sometimes it's who you face too, But that's not I'm not saying that like he would have did any better if he would have had the experience versus the fight is not like how you do now. But
yeah,
you got to understand, EBT. We talk about a Mayweather that if Mayweather was 35, hands down he beat Canelo. I don't care. And I would even say 160.
I'm thinking he can beat. He can pull him out now, but nobody want to say it. I'm talking about a good training. Good training camp. He's still sharp, man. I saw that against Logan Paul.
Yeah,
he looked better against Logan Paul than he did against McGregor.
Yeah, you could tell he trained hard. He didn't take McGregor serious. Mayweather.
No, he didn't.
Mayweather beat McGregor when he was at 40% down there.
Yeah, he said he fought like a couple times. Yeah, I think he could have done way better against McGregor. I think he could beat McGregor again, of course.
Yeah, of course. Oh yes.
That was a crazy fight, man. It's a question out there. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say it seemed like Mayweather was carrying McGregor. I mean, it seemed like he was trying to carry him a little. It looked like Mayweather could have did some things earlier to put McGregor out of his misery, but it looked like he was, for the most part, like he was trying to carry him. But maybe that's just me.
For sure.
But I was gonna tell you, man, we got about two or three more topics left.
Yeah, we got on the tape. We got on.
Okay, Lombar and Richard Count.
Yeah, that's easy.
People gonna love to hear this one. Please talk to your boy, because I know for a fact you finna go in.
Yeah, well, and I don't want to seem like that. You already know my opinion towards Loma.
Yeah.
See here's the thing about these type of fighters. I like the fighter. I don't like the fans. Loma, I was watching. Believe it or not, when I was watching Loma versus Lopez, I was actually like out of my seat from some of the things Loma was doing. I was like, man, he can fight. When he was doing some of them counter, I was like, wow, that's nice. So it's really nothing about Loma. So it's the fans, ESPN, all of them, man. God, it gets out of hand sometimes. But versus Richard Comey, I think this is
Talk to me about you think. You got
I'm
the
still
upset?
trying to break it down in my head.
Let me help you out real quick. Why you think Richard Comey is the hardest person? He's the hardest puncher that Loma ever faced so far.
Okay. Yeah.
Hands down.
He did also get knocked spark out by Teofimo.
Yeah, but you have to understand that in the Teofimo fight, I feel like Teofimo was being less aggressive like he really wants to, because he wants to make sure he secured a win versus Lomachenko. So he didn't really take as much chances. But I feel like one thing about Richard Comey, he feel like he has nothing to lose, so he may take those chances versus Teofimo Lopez.
So I mean, if I'm really being honest, because I had to refresh myself on Richard Comey, his skills, I really do. He's not bad. He's decent head movement.
Yeah,
I think he can give Loma some problems. But now, if I have to really be honest, now I think Loma might win.
Well, see, the thing
he's big though. What?
No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying he has size too. That's one thing. But Loma, he's really never mattered though.
That's what I'm saying though. But we have to understand Loma do. I rock for Loma. I rock for Loma heavy. Loma do got some, some losses. He lost to Salido. I feel like Richard Comey. I ain't gonna say I'm not trying to compare him to Salido, but Richard Comey, he's a lot more younger and fresh than Salido was, because Lomachenko lost to an older Salido.
Yeah.
So Richard Comey, that was years ago, in favor to Loma. That was years ago, but Richard Comey got some things that he could do to Lomachenko that I feel like could trouble him. I got Lomachenko winning the fight, but I feel like if Lomachenko be too overly aggressive to win the fight, that could be his downfall.
Yeah. I kind of. It's just so. I mean, how tall is this coming? I gotta get this.
I think he's like 5'9".
Yeah, I'm looking up, man. Yeah, about that side. So he has maybe a 2-inch height advantage on Lomachenko. That's not too bad. I really think, so Lomachenko, he's definitely technically sound. He's fast, good head movement, smart. So I think he'll definitely beat Comey. But there's always that puncher's chance, that right hand, something like that. It could definitely hurt him. He has the size and the strength, but the thing is, I don't see like the boxing ability yet. But he's shown flashes of good head movement. I will give him that. But he's that when he fought that Beltran guy, he kind of got caught sometimes. That's concerning. But yeah, I think Loma will win, but I would not be surprised if Comey catches him.
Yeah, I won't be surprised either. Most definitely. Like, you're not surprised. I won't be surprised if because Richard Comey hits very hard. He hits very hard.
Yeah.
Going to a fight with somebody that has he has 1 punch knockout power.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna knock Loma out. But like you said just now, I will not be surprised if that happens. One bit.
For sure. Man, I'm still kind of thinking about this. Yeah, you can give it to him. I'm more concerned about his future with Lopez. You know, after Comey, where does he even really go from here?
Um, let's assume he beats Richard Comey.
Mm-hmm.
I I feel like Loma's still in line for a lot of good fights. And oh my God, speaking of Tank Davis, man, we might have to squeeze him in.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
we
feel
gotta get
like he
that.
can still, yeah, most definitely. But I feel like he'll get I feel like he could get Tank problems. I feel like assuming, damn, we got a couple good fights that we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
bring
man.
up.
There's so many things coming to my mind right now. But go ahead.
Jojo Diaz versus Devin Haney. That's another
Yeah, I
good
saw
one.
that. Devin Haney
Yeah,
versus Lopez.
that's a great one, but
But
I'm not gonna
Teofimo
even
beat
lie.
Devin Haney.
I think I
Teofimo beats
like
him.
Devin Haney too, but I feel like he might stop Devin Haney, man,
Yeah.
because Devin
Devin
Haney
Haney
got
ain't really
hurt
got
versus
no test like that before. Besides Linares.
but no, but I ain't gonna even lie though. If you see, from what I'm hearing, Devin Haney like he be outboxing a lot of the sparring partners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but that's sparring though. We can't hold no
Yeah.
much weight into that. But you know, but I do want to know your opinion on this. We're getting towards the end. We got about like two more topics left because I want to know your opinion on this. And this one coming up in 2 or 3 days. The Teofimo Lopez versus the George Kambosos, man.
Yeah, that's a serious fight, man. Um,
That's a serious fight.
and there's everybody keep talking about how Teofimo is really supposed to be undisputed right now. But he's not. That is important because he did beat Lomachenko, and that's the guy who had the belts. So, but man, Teofimo versus George Kambosos. I'm really trying.
No. That's the hard. No. You're not tripping at all because that's a hard fight to predict, especially being with all the time that
Yeah,
has.
Kambosos is fast though, man.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you, man. George Kambosos, he reminds me of like I don't want to say Danny Garcia because he don't have a Danny Garcia left hook. But one thing about George Kambosos, he does everything okay.
Right.
He's not slow. His power's not weak. You know, got decent foot speed. Got decent experience. You know, so it's nothing. Basically, what I'm saying is, Teofimo Lopez sleep on Kambosos for 1 second, he can lose this fight.
I still
But
think
in my,
Lopez wins. Lopez wins.
I think I'm
Size.
with you. I think you said size.
Size and strength. He'll just walk him down.
I think Lopez got it too. But man, George Kambosos is like one of those underdogs that you can't sleep on. And his mental, his confidence level, he feel like he's gonna destroy Lopez. So
Yeah,
I can't wait to see
he's
that.
solid, but I just don't think he's big enough. Like, I just think Lopez is gonna walk him down and just dominate the fight. And I
Eventually
just
catch him.
yeah, it'll be like some Spence versus Mikey Garcia.
Yeah.
That'll be the visual representation. But Kambosos is fast though. He's fast. He definitely can. I really do. Everybody. Yeah, he definitely he's got a nice little 1-2. I'm looking at some of his highlights now, but yeah, he fought this guy Lee Selby, and he's getting caught like bad.
Yeah. Oh, and nigga, I swear it's funny that you say Lee Selby, because I swear to God, Teofimo Lopez catches it with those same shots.
Yeah, He might stop him.
Over. It's
Yeah.
a wrap. Teofimo Lopez has some hard ass hands, man. So
Yeah.
I don't think stop him.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't think it's going to even be close, man. It's always everybody always has a puncher's chance. Okay, but technically, I don't think he's on the same level. And this is the size too.
Yeah, we do. No, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm just. This ain't it, man.
He said, "That's not it." See, but we can go back to some of Teofimo's fight when he fought Nakatani. Nakatani was catching his ass all night.
Yeah, but Nakatani, the size too. That's one thing about it too.
Nakatani, he's not a bad fighter, so it's not like it's that bad. But I'm just saying, like, Teofimo can get caught too, which makes the fight interesting a bit.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah.
What else you got?
Definitely though. I think we got one more next. One more next. Yep, one more next. Let's kill this. Then shit. You know. I don't know when we'll do it again, but you know how we do.
Yeah.
We got let me see. Okay, Canelo Alvarez at cruiserweight.
Yeah, Canelo can get knocked out, man.
Get the.
It's very possible. It really is. But
Canelo got a chin though. That's one thing we got to get Canelo. Like he got a punch. I mean, not only a chin but a punch as well. So it's like a situation. Let me ask you this: do you feel like Canelo could be biting off more than he could chew?
it's possible because you got to think about it. All the pounds that the guy has on him. Who's he fighting? What's the man's name? What's his name?
I can't pronounce his name either. I think his name
he's Congolese. Yeah, something like that. He's fighting him.
Yeah.
He's got the weight and the strength, and he actually the guy he doesn't do nothing but knock people out.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of his highlights.
He got a high kill ratio too. You say what?
It's not just height. It's just the weight and the strength. You hit him with one of them jabs, boom, and then lean on him like that. It just might be a little bit too big, man. He's comfortable at cruiserweight. Canelo is not. Canelo's never been a cruiserweight before.
He's never been a cruiserweight before ever. That's what makes the fight interesting. But one thing I will say is this.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh no, this guy Tim Bradley said this. He said, "Is it fake greatness?" Because if he just going up to cruiserweight to fight somebody who's like, you think about it, going to sparring sessions, you have so many stories of like guys like Mayweather beating heavyweights and everything. But so is it really fake choreographed greatness? Is what he says. Is he going up there to fight a bum? And then he said, well, he went up to cruiserweight, but you fought somebody anybody could really beat. Like, that's a point that Timothy Bradley made. I don't know if it is true or not, but is it choreographed greatness?
Most definitely. But I'm not going to even lie. I'm going to say this when it comes down to Canelo. I mean, not Canelo, the guy he's facing. He has been stopped twice by two bums, you see. So that kind of like an indicator. At least, see, the thing about it is, well, Canelo knocked out Sergey Kovalev, and I know cruiserweight is bigger than light heavyweight. But when Canelo knocked out Sergey Kovalev never has been knocked out by a bum before. This guy has been knocked out by two bums in his career. So it kind of made me question myself. If he can knock out Canelo, I mean, if those guys can knock out him, I can only imagine Canelo.
But those are cruiserweight dudes too, though.
How about cruiserweight dudes? That's true. You're not lying.
And Canelo is really not even a natural middleweight. You think about Canelo, really supposed to be at 147.
Yeah, he could barely make middle. I think his true ideal weight is 154. but I think he goes up in weight
Yeah,
because I feel like it's more comfortable for him.
I think.
Because
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I'm just
No,
saying
go ahead.
the size. You hit him with one thing and lean on him. That's just a little bit too much for a guy who can barely make like middleweight. Like that cruiserweight is what? One step from light heavyweight, right? Was like no light heavyweight. Cruiser or light heavyweight?
Yeah, cruiser. Yeah, you got light heavyweight, then you got cruiser.
You got heavy.
Then, but then again, you have to understand this, EBT. Light heavyweight and cruiserweight is kind of like in the same boat a little bit.
That is true. Yeah, it's interchangeable.
You know, they kind of they're close as hell to each other. So it's like a lot of people consider cruisers light heavyweight.
Hey, before I get back on the Canelo topic, you think Wilder should jump down to light heavyweight or cruiser? Hey, it's just a thought, man. He might be able to do very well down there.
I was going
a couple fights.
I was going to see Deontay Wilder. He can knock out everybody down there at the cruisers and the light heavyweights. I think he can, but you got to ask yourself this question, EBT. Will he get his true just due if he does that? A lot of people are going to say, oh, you know, he got beat by Tyson Fury, went back down the weight and knocked out a couple of spot fighters, and now he think he's a man. I feel like Deontay Wilder will get no cut off that shit.
But he lost to the best heavyweight in the world, though.
Thank you. That's what I be trying to tell you, but they act like he lost to a bum or something.
He lost to the best heavyweight on the planet, bro. The best heavyweight on the planet. And you think about it, heavyweight is the ultimate weight. Like, that's why it's weight classes. So he really lost to the best boxer on the planet. When we think about not most skill, but I'm saying like probably nobody could beat Tyson Fury in a boxing match in the world.
Yeah.
Like he lost to the best heavyweight in the planet. That's not something you can get roasted over.
Hell no. And that's why I feel like that's why Deontay Wilder he's gonna continue to fight, because there's no shame in losing to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a hard guy to beat. Matter of fact, one thing leads to another. Who can beat Tyson Fury? And I never asked you this question. Who do you feel can beat Tyson Fury right now?
You said who can beat Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Nobody. Nobody can beat Tyson Fury right now. Not one person.
I think the only person that got close action is probably Deontay Wilder.
That's not it. Deontay Wilder cannot beat Tyson Fury, but he is the only person who can beat Tyson Fury.
Like
he's the only guy that can catch him with that right hand and it can be over. So, and people want to roast Tyson. Deontay does go down to light heavyweight or cruiser. He lost to the best heavyweight in the world. Like that's not something. That's not a bad thing. You know, it's unfortunate, but he lost to the best heavyweight in the world. That's not something you can't take that away. You can't take that. That can't be something you take away from him. That can't be something you criticize him for. Like you criticize, like let me just say this, Lomachenko for losing to Orlando Salido. See, they don't do that though. But they're criticize Deontay Wilder for losing against the best heavyweight.
The best heavyweight, yeah.
On the planet, in the world, the best heavyweight. He lost to the best heavyweight. Like, you lost to the number one guy. It's not really a bad thing. It's unfortunate, but it's not really a bad thing. So, your year?
I'm here. My bad. No, I don't want to cut you off.
Oh no! Even if you go down to light heavyweight or cruiser, that's not a bad thing. I would really like to see him just take a couple fights down there.
I ain't gonna lie, ABC, but you think they're gonna give him the real credit he deserves if he beats them?
But see, the thing is, it's nothing. Deontay Wilder could beat Jesus right now, and they still take us up. There's nothing Deontay Wilder can do to prove anything to somebody. When they're committed to finding something wrong with Deontay Wilder, so there's nothing he can really do at this point.
That's a fact, man.
He could beat Fury with one hand and a blindfold on, and they were still put. So it really it's no point in even trying to even please those people, man. But it's a good competition down there. Good competition down there.
Yeah, and then you still got a lot of people that Deontay want to have some good competition with down there.
Yeah, and it's comfortable because that's what he's really supposed to be at that 212 range. That's supposed to be his actual weight.
I'm glad you brought this up. Honestly, I think Deontay Wilder's real weight is around that size. It was just impressive. It was just impressive so many of us that he was knocking out bigger guys. You feel me? And he almost got Tyson Fury up out of there. But I feel like that might be his actual weight. It's around cruiserweight, 212 and 200.
He's a skinny guy.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I would love Deontay Wilder to do that. I just don't. But like you said, though, I can't really care about what the fans think because even if he would have knocked out Tyson Fury, they would have still said, "Oh, but you know, Tyson Fury beat him twice already. He's up 2-1 against Wilder." So he would have never really got the credit he truly deserved, even if he would have beat Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
So it's for like, so when it comes down to that standpoint, I feel like we just can't really judge like Deontay Wilder if he goes to cruiserweight or not because Deontay Wilder. Did you watch his latest interview with his wife Kelly Swift?
No.
I'm gonna send you a link. EBT Deontay Wilder got deep. He let people know that he's still trying to box and stuff like that. And this is basically his first word since the Tyson Fury fight. So he gave his wife that first interview. He gave it to his wife, So which was a smart move. But one thing I respect of his wife, she was asking him some of the tough questions. She wasn't just kissing his ass because that was her wife. That's her husband or whatever. She would ask him some of the tough questions. So the interview is real interesting. I'm gonna send it to you in it. Watch whenever you got time with it. I'm gonna send it to you in the Instagram right now.
For sure, man. That's the thing. That's his natural weight, and I would definitely love to see him at that weight, man. That cruiserweight, like heavyweight, it's some more fighters down there. But even back to the Canelo thing, you think about it, and this sounds crazy to say, but Canelo is a 5'7.5" cruiserweight. That's bad.
Not crazy to say.
5'7" cruiserweight.
That's small.
That's very small.
Lunch.
That's almost saying the 5'7" heavyweight.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: You think Wilder beat Canelo?
Oh, stop it! Wilder, what man? Stop. That's so.
I was just being sarcastic.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Wilder would thrash that man.
Yeah, he got 10 inches of height and like 70 pounds. One right hand might really send him to the hospital, bro.
Yeah, that would definitely be his first loss.
Yeah.
Sure. No. He lost to Mayweather. I'm talking about first stoppage loss.
Yeah. He knocked out, man. I see the link, but yeah. Wilder.
What?
Wilder need to check that. He need to check that. He definitely needs to check that. That light heavyweight, the cruiserweight.
So you think he should actually go down in weight?
Yeah, I mean, it's his natural weight is 212. So what is a cruiserweight, man?
Around that same.
That's what
200, 212, 220. It's around that same size. But my whole thing is this: EBT. This is why I say this. You don't think that Deontay Wilder could still beat a lot of these top heavyweights?
Well, okay,
That's an honest question. That's an honest question.
That's a good question. And just to put it on the record for anybody listening, cruiserweight is 205 to 225.
Okay.
He could be a cruiserweight right now. He really didn't have to cut no weight. But yes, he really is. He could really all you gotta do is sign the papers, man. He don't even gotta cut no weight. But when he was 230, but could he beat some of the top heavyweights? So who's the top heavyweight in your opinion?
right now, Usyk,
Nah.
Andrew Reed.
Yes.
Oh, you think Usyk will get it? You think Usyk will get
He
it?
pull off Andy Reese. Dillian White.
Yeah, I think
Then you can pull off
I ain't
Dillian
gonna even
White.
lie. Honestly, yes, but I'm not gonna even lie. I do feel like Dillian White. It depends on Wilder we talk. Wilder come on. If Wilder get his hand risen before he fights Dillian White, I got him knocking Dillian White out spark out easily.
Okay.
But Deontay Wilder still have that. I don't know what's going on up there. You just lost twice.
Yeah.
TKO. The Tyson Fury.
See it.
That's
Let me
gonna
get
be.
another.
Go ahead.
So let's see. He can pull off an Andy Reese. He can pull off a Dillian White. Hey, you know that guy Frank Sanchez?
Hell yeah, the one that just be with a lot of undercard. He just be a jobber. Yep.
Yeah. Deontay Wilder would really get destroyed by Frank Sanchez, man.
Oh my god.
No, it would be bad, bro. Like I don't want him to. It would be.
Oh my. But you think
it,
Wilder have? No. It's crazy. It's crazy you say that because I see where you're going with it. But you don't think Deontay Wilder got that clip in the chamber to get him up out of there?
everybody has a puncher's chance, but that
not everybody really.
You know what I'm saying? No, anybody with like a good Wilder has a puncher's chance.
But he really has a puncher's chance, though. When people say, hey, okay, it's boxing who got a puncher's chance. But Deontay Wilder really, we have to think. There's been a lot of fights that Deontay Wilder got bailed out because of his power. Name a lot of heavyweights that have been losing on the scorecards big and got bailed out because of their power. There's not so many heavyweights you can think about like that. Because Deontay Wilder, he was losing in the first fight and the second fight to Luis Ortiz. Power bailed him out. It almost bailed him out against Tyson Fury twice, EBT. We got to think about this.
Yeah,
he was losing the first fight. Go ahead.
No, Sanchez is he's more technical than a not technical. He's more powerful than a Tyson Fury. You see him fight a job.
Yeah. No, he definitely was powerful Tyson Fury. Yeah.
He would destroy. I mean, because you remember that this is the same. Deontay Wilder who ain't have no defense, man. That's the same one. It would be bad, bro. It might not be a stoppage, but it just be he get outboxed. It'd be really bad, man. It's always that puncher chance. That puncher chance, boom, it's over. But it would be really bad.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because Frank Sanchez have a style that be a Deontay Wilder's worst nightmare. I see what you're saying. Don't get it twisted, EBT. I know boxing. You know that.
Of course.
Frank Sanchez had that style to frustrate Deontay Wilder but I feel like Deontay Wilder has the bomb.
Oh yeah.
He has the bomb.
So man.
He has the bomb to catch Frank Sanchez. And you have to consider this. We never see Deontay Wilder. I mean, not Deontay Wilder. We never see Frank Sanchez fight nobody that has the power Deontay Wilder. And that's where Deontay Wilder kryptonite come in at. Tyson Fury never fought nobody that hits Deontay like hard Deontay. In the show. He got knocked out 4 times. I went to sleep against Deontay Wilder. Luis Ortiz never been hurt in a fight. Never seen. You face Deontay Wilder, kaboom, lights go out. Even
this is true.
Dominique Brazil fought Anthony Joshua. He won like 8-9 rounds with Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder clips him in the first round. Good night. And Dominique Brazil also said Deontay Wilder hits way harder than Anthony Joshua. It's not even close. So
I'm just saying, like, that's the only weapon that Wilder really got. Those that one too. That trying to bring that right hand.
I want to say only weapon because Deontay Wilder's speed too. He has fast hands, so he can get away with that shit. I feel like if Deontay Wilder's slow, he won't be able to get away with that power like he. Deontay, he's fast, so like Teddy Atlas said, he said like Deontay Wilder, he could be out. You could be outboxing him, and then
Yep, that's it.
That's
That
it.
that's, that always is a because that happened in the Fury. That's always a possibility. Just outbox
Right.
him and that's it. Boom, over. But and that see, we always gotta allow for that. I'm just saying, but that Frank Sanchez is a bad matchup for Wilder, man. Because he got more power. He might even be more faster than Fury. Fury, the good thing about Fury is really because he's tall, 6'9". That's the whole thing about Fury. That's literally his whole. That's what makes Fury Fury. Fury would not be the same if he was 6'3". Well, he'd still be the same, but he'd still be good, but he won't be the
He still
same.
be good, but he won't be the same. Yeah.
It's because he's tall. If Frank Sanchez was 6'9", he'd be the best. He'd be the best heavyweight in the world.
But let me ask you this though, ABC, because we know when Deontay Wilder faces Tyson Fury, he's swinging against gravity, so he's swinging like this.
Right.
Against Frank Sanchez, he's going like this, and I feel like that's when Deontay Wilder really gets his most power at, when he's swinging this way. Not like Tyson Fury is like this.
Right.
He's swinging up. Not only that, Tyson Fury he knows how to fight tall, taller than himself. But Deontay Wilder is really swinging against gravity against Frank. Let me say this. Frank Sanchez, like you said, it's a bad style matchup for Wilder. I can see him whipping Deontay Wilder ass, outboxing him, making him look stupid, all that shit. But the thing about Deontay Wilder is all he needs is one good punch. And the fight is totally turned around. So that's my scary. And we can confirm this. Frank Sanchez never faced a devastating puncher like Deontay. Ajaba's a devastating puncher, but he don't hit it as hard as Deontay Wilder.
Not at all. And that chance, he's definitely because listen, he landed the right hand in almost all his fights against Fury, except for the second one. Did he ever get the right hand like really good against the second one? I don't think he did, but it's a 6'3" might even be worse. Because think about it. If he goes in there with like a Tyson style Sanchez, it might even be even worse.
Frank Sanchez won't do that. That's out of his style. That's like
it's only 4 inches. It's only 4 inches.
No. I'm not talking about size. I'm talking about Mike Tyson. That was the style to come in there and try to get rid of you early. Frank Sanchez like a technical. He's gonna try to break you down and get you up out of there. He's not gonna come in like a Mike Tyson and just try to go for your head early. But that could be his downfall against Deontay Wilder. Because one thing about Deontay Wilder, I feel like you don't want, and I know you're gonna disagree with this when I say this, but when you try to outbox Deontay Wilder, that kind of be your downfall because you're giving him longer to land that right hand. When Tyson Fury came out and attacked Wilder like a brawler, Deontay Wilder didn't have much time to really,
Sure.
He likes to so if you know I'm not tripping, with Deontay, like Louis 15. Louis 15 was doing well with boxing against Deontay Wilder. But he's giving Deontay Wilder, because like Deontay Wilder said, he always says, y'all need to be perfect with 12 rounds. I need to be perfect with 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah. He always has that right hand. That is, and he lands it. It's not like he rarely lands it either. He gets that right hand in all his fights. And that's why he wins most of his fights. So that is I gotta always think about that. That's always a factor. That's why you can't really,
can't count him out.
You definitely can't do that. But I would love to see that fight. But I feel like not next though. He might lose it if he fights him next.
Oh no, he will lose to Frank Sanchez if he fights Frank Sanchez next. And I'm going on the record of, and I'm a Deontay Wilder fan saying that if he fights Frank Sanchez next, he will lose. But I feel like Deontay Wilder, if he knocks out like a Charles Martin or just he needs to get his hand risen in the fight. And he goes in his next fight after that with Frank Sanchez. I say he gonna beat Frank Sanchez, but I feel like he has the power to hurt and maybe even possibly beat Frank Sanchez.
Yep. I mean, man, that's a good fight. So that's another guy you could put on the list of guys he can beat. Sanchez. No, and that's another guy. So I think Dillian White, Andy Ruiz,
Andy Reid, Charles Martin,
let me think.
Anthony Joshua got Usyk probably. So
We could
so
put Anthony, I'll put Anthony Joshua on the possible table. He's I can't he's maybe. That ain't clear. I'm just talking about guys who I think he could clearly beat.
clearly,
Well, I'm saying like guys who I'm confident that he could beat. I don't know about Joshua.
I'm not gonna even lie. When we talk about clearly beat, I think fighters that Deontay Wilder can clearly beat is you. Damn, the patient says, but I feel like Usyk might be able to beat Wilder, man, because
I don't know.
he has. You think Wilder could clip him?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because Usyk ain't really even a real heavyweight anyway. Like
that's true, but Usyk never been dropped before. That's just like Usyk could. I think his chin could be underestimated. He's never been dropped before, ever. Think about it.
right, and he's never fought Deontay Wilder either.
That's true.
You never felt that right hand before.
That's true.
And that's what I'm saying. And not someone fight Joshua. Usyk was real small, man.
He's a small ass fucking he's a small ass heavyweight.
I mean, you think about it. Wilder taller than Joshua.
And that's Wilder taller than Joshua by 2 inches too.
Yeah.
Wilder what is Wilder?
6'7".
DVC 6'7". So he's taller than Joshua. But you know sometimes they rely on each other's height.
Yeah.
So Deontay Wilder probably like 2 inches. He could be taller than that over it. And Deontay Wilder got a very long reach wingspan as well.
That's all. That's working in that right hand. That's all you gotta count on. If I don't know if Usyk can take that right hand. And that's the thing about Usyk ain't got power. Like this is why Deontay Wilder wins too. It's because Usyk doesn't really have crazy power like this, so you can't really allow him to stop Wilder.
He don't got no power to me.
Yes, you can't really allow him to stop Wilder.
Let me ask you this.
Huh?
Let me ask you this, EBT. Do you think the reason why Tyson Fury stopped Deontay Wilder was because of his power, or his was it just like him leaning on Wilder, or being bigger than him and basically
combination though. It was fatigue. It was fatigue and his power because Tyson Fury can hit. And keep in mind, we're talking about this all in a variable that Deontay Wilder comes in at 212, not 230. But Tyson Fury has power now. People kind of like overlook that.
I made a video about that. I don't know if you've probably seen that one, but I made a video saying that. I was like, man, Tyson. A lot of people they like to underestimate Tyson Fury's power, but Tyson Fury, I don't think he's a pillow puncher.
No, not at all.
I don't think he's a pillow puncher at all.
It's about
a lot of people.
No, I'm saying it's only like 60% of his power, and then 40% of Deontay Wilder being fatigued.
That sounds like a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds very fair. But this is the last question because I feel like this is an interesting question. Personally, let's just assume Deontay Wilder stays at welterweight. Do you feel like another heavyweight will expose him?
If Wilder stays a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Let me just think about this. Let's see.
Go ahead.
I think it could be Joshua. I think it could be Joshua.
I ain't gonna. I do not see unless like okay, unless like Anthony Joshua comes off a big win and he regains that confidence to beat Deontay Wilder. Because one thing about Deontay, you have to understand Tyson Fury never lost before, so he don't know how it is to lose. Anthony Joshua has that loss in the back of his head. And keep in mind, ABT, Anthony Joshua got hurt by far lesser punches than Deontay Wilder. You know, Andy Ruiz was not known as a puncher to beat Anthony Joshua. Andy Ruiz was not known as a puncher at all. Not saying he was a pillow puncher, but he wasn't known as a puncher. They stopped Anthony Joshua. They were like, oh shit, if he can do it, it's like Deontay Wilder. Then we have to remember about Usyk. Then Usyk just stopped Anthony Joshua, but he was hurting him. He was hurt in that fight against Usyk. So that made me ask myself a question. I think Deontay Wilder might embarrass Anthony Joshua, man.
Well, you just said who could do it. You know, that's still.
Oh no. I understand. I understand what you mean. Like it wouldn't shock me if Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua, I feel like he has more power than Fury.
Yeah.
So I see what you're trying to say. You know, maybe he could come in with that pressure, but a lot of it with Tyson Fury was confidence. Does Anthony Joshua have that confidence to do what Fury did?
He's seen it done too, though. Like the blueprint might be confidence all along, though.
But we have to understand, like at the okay, so let's just say Deontay Wilder and Tyson and Anthony Joshua fought next. They both coming off a loss.
Uh-huh.
You think Anthony Joshua would cripple?
You said no.
So anything is possible at heavyweight.
You said who?
I said let's just say Anthony Joshua faced Deontay Wilder next. They both coming off a loss. You think Anthony Joshua will get rid of Deontay Wilder? It is possible. I can't say it's not possible.
Yeah, because Anthony Joshua is. Huh? No, but Joshua simply got outboxed. Deontay Wilder got like knocked out. It was bad, man.
It was bad, but that's by Tyson Fury. We can't compare. You know, we can't compare styles make fights. And I feel like I ain't gonna lie, EBT. I feel like Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder is worse. I never want to say this in the build up and shit, but I feel like Tyson Fury that style because Deontay Wilder swinging up. That's a problem. This is scientifically proven. When you're swinging up against gravity, you're not as powerful.
Yeah,
not as powerful.
That's true.
You're swinging up. He's swinging up against Tyson Fury. Against Anthony Joshua, he's swinging like this. He's swinging down against Anthony Joshua. So I feel like Anthony Joshua won't feel that weight on those punches a little more than Tyson Fury.
I think that's an even fight.
This is my thing. It depends. If they fought next, I feel it's an even fight. But let's just say, okay, Deontay Wilder go fight Charles Martin, knock out Charles Martin. Anthony Joshua loses to Alexander Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence plays a big factor. But I would love to see that fight. I ain't gonna even lie. This is why we love this sport, because we both want to know what's gonna happen if that fight happens. It's still an entertaining fight, and I would love to see it go down. But it's just like down.
You know, you always got to go back to what Fury said. Fury said it himself. He said, "After me, it's Deontay Wilder." So you can take that however you want to take it, but he said, "After me in the heavyweight division, it's Deontay Wilder."
Well, you know, some people. Well,
he said nobody can beat Deontay Wilder but me.
I agree with them. And I feel like nobody can beat. Well, this is just me how I feel right now. I feel like the closest person that will come to beating Fury is Wilder. But I will say this: Tyson Fury could have said that because it makes himself look better. It's just like the Canelo and Triple G situation. He feels like as much as Triple G wins, it makes Canelo look better because I was the only person to beat Triple G, even though that was debatable. So Tyson Fury could have been using that same effect. Mm-hmm. I'm the only person to beat Deontay. It makes Tyson Fury look way much better, you know?
Yeah, but he did. I mean, that is giving Deontay simultaneously Simultaneously give Deontay Wilder a lot of props too, though.
A lot of
to say that he is the second best.
Most definitely. Simultaneously, he is giving Deontay Wilder a lot of props, and it did sound very sincere when he said it. But my whole thing is this: I feel like until another heavyweight hurts Tyson Fury as much as Deontay Wilder did, even though Deontay Wilder lost, I feel like he accomplished something. You know, he knocked down Fury 4 times. But dang, man, I could talk to you about boxing all day, man. It's so entertaining, man.
Yeah, man. I think, ain't really nobody else in the division that could really do to Wilder what Fury did to him. That's for sure.
Hell no.
That's definitely.
But then again, no, you know, because I already asked you this question. I was gonna ask you, do you feel like Deontay Wilder how he will play against all the other heavyweights? I already asked you that, and you said you think Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I think, but I would really like to see him against Usyk because I think Usyk is an easy fight. Well, that's a fight that he could definitely win.
I think you got Usyk too, but Usyk is a good boxer. I don't think Usyk got the height. You need to be.
Yeah, he's 6'3", and he's not really a heavyweight either. He ain't got the height or the weight, and then it's that right hand, man. That's a lot. That's a lot of weight and power coming behind that.
Right.
So I think that's a fight. That's a fight for Wilder, and that's what's it. People are forgetting how just good of a fighter Wilder and how powerful and just the level of a fighter that Wilder is because they're forgetting that because of the 2 recent losses to the number 1 heavyweight in the world. So he has to come back and remind people who he really is, man. Because people are forgetting.
And that's why I sent you that link because I want you to check that out because Deontay Wilder, it sounds like he's trying to rejuvenate his career and come back, you know.
Yeah.
And do you think he could gain another world title?
Possibly. I mean, like I said, he lost to the best heavyweight in the world, man.
Right.
That's people are really forgetting that. So you can say certain things, but he lost to the best in the game. So it's really people are really, I think, giving him a little bit too much flack, basically. You know, people are forgetting how good he was because he lost. Like if you get beat by the best fighter, that don't change who you were before.
Mm-hmm.
So people in that, but he's lost twice, and people are forgetting that he has to remind people.
But this is the ABC, and I must say this when it comes down to Deontay Wilder, because like you just said just now, sometimes when you lose the best fighter, that makes you a better fighter, which is why Deontay Wilder looked better in the 3rd fight. Fucking Tyson Fury made that fight look easy in the 2nd fight, but he had life and death for Deontay Wilder in the 3rd fight. You know?
Yeah, he did. I mean, that 3rd fight, you think he looked better in the 3rd fight?
Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, well, definitely in the 2nd one.
Yeah, no. I think he was better. Let me tell you why. I feel like, first of all, you gotta understand Deontay Wilder, and I know 2 rounds ain't shit, but he came in the first 2 rounds, he outboxed Tyson Fury. You know?
Well, I'm saying he definitely looked better than the 2nd one.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So what were you asking me?
Now it's like to what extent do you think he? And maybe I just don't think, does he ever learn? Because you got to think about it. If it had been me from the 2nd fight, what was that? The first fight, from the 2nd fight to now, I would have changed my whole game plan up. Like I would at least thought he would have came in and would have done more head movement and at least boxed a little better for the whole fight. Like would he really learn from like his mistakes and really get better in terms of like dealing with aggressive fighters? That's a good question. That's the question people need to ask.
That's actually a good question, though. But to be real with you, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. This is the thing about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. When he came into those first two fights, EBT, he was depending on one punch. Like, all I need is one punch to get this guy up out of there. And after the third fight, he finally told himself, like, damn, I may need to try something else a little. And Deontay Wilder tried. Of course, he did revert back to his old, you know, he did revert back to the old Deontay Wilder eventually. But I do feel like I don't want to make no excuses for Deontay Wilder, but in the first two fights, Deontay Wilder really felt like, you know what, one punch, he's gone. I'm not going to try to box him. Tyson Fury going to eventually make a mistake. I'm going to land that bomb, and he's going to be out of there. And it almost worked in the first fight. In the second fight. And the third one. But no. But I feel like in the third fight, Deontay Wilder I don't feel like he was just looking for one punch. I feel like he was actually trying to do some different things. Even though it didn't work, I felt like he was trying to do some different things in the third fight with Tyson Fury. But in that first and second fight, EBT, one punch. And I felt like that killed him.
I just hope he really comes out a better fighter. Because I didn't really see that from the second and the third fight, man.
You didn't see the third fight?
No, I watched the third fight live. I didn't see.
No. I know you seen it. I'm saying you didn't see no improvement.
Not from the first and second rounds. Not after that. I didn't see anything. It was the same story from the second fight. I was like, well, he's looked like he's drained already, and Fury's gonna get him out of there. The defense wasn't there. He was still getting caught with them simple shots from Fury. I didn't see progression.
Oh no, EBT, I definitely disagree with you on that one. You don't in the first two rounds, Wilder was throwing body shots. What do you know Wilder throw body shots?
Right. Like I said, from the first rounds 1 through 3.
Oh, you talking about
after that, he just went back to same old Wilder.
He did.
I was like, and that part of that was because he put on too much weight. But you still gotta play. You still gotta put your hands up though.
He's but the thing is, when he reverted back to the old Wilder, that's how he hurt Fury though.
That is true, but then that's how he also got knocked out too.
Hell yeah. But I don't think, I'm gonna be real with you, EBT. I don't think Deontay Wilder had. Let's be honest with each other. I don't think he had no other choice because he wasn't gonna keep outboxing Fury like he was doing in the first two rounds. He was too tired to do that.
Yeah,
he was too tired. I feel like he just had to go for broke. Like, fuck it. I went to try to go for this right hand, and then almost EBT. When you was watching the fight, did you not think Tyson Fury? Oh, Deontay Wilder pulled it off. He pulled it off.
Yeah.
We all thought that, man.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not gonna even lie. Even when Tyson Fury got knocked down, I was like, man, I hope it's over because I still think if Tyson Fury, I'm telling myself, if Tyson Fury recovers from this, he's gonna get Wilder up out of this. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I was the same way.
Yeah, because Tyson Fury, he looked like he still had more in the gas tank.
I just feel like.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just like.
Lost for words a little bit?
Yeah.
Me too.
I didn't even think. I wished he just gotten better just after the first 3 rounds. But like I said, part of that was the weight. But still, even in the first 3 rounds, he was mixing it up a little bit. He definitely, he was using the body shots and everything. But I still didn't see no defense really. But he was active with the body, and we've never seen that from Wilder. That was an improvement. But I hope he comes out of this fight realizing that he needs to get defense. I told you, if he ever got good, solid defense and head movement, he'd be the best heavyweight in the world.
You always said that too. I ain't gonna lie, you did always say that.
What?
That's the real. No, I said you always said that.
No, I'm saying like.
Yeah, if he actually got the defense, yeah.
Like, can you imagine how good he would be, man?
Oh my God, with that shotgun in the back of his. Like
Like
that shotgun right hand.
imagine Wilder with like a pull counter or something, man, and you get hit with that right hand.
Wow.
Like he would be.
But
I'm saying he would just be unbelievable.
you think it's too late for Deontay Wilder? You don't think he got that?
No, it's not. That's why it's not. That's why I'm hoping he doesn't just. I hope he does not stick to what he used to do, and I hope he should do a over. We messed him out. He should go to. Now that wouldn't work out. But he should try to go to Sugar Hill or somebody, but it wouldn't work out. But like, he needs to do an overhaul of that whole system, basically. And I'm hoping he learns from this third fight. Because somebody needs to tell him, if you get defense, you would be the best. He might, like, this is going to be crazy. If he got defense, like solid defense, I think he could beat a prime Muhammad Ali.
No,
he could still be. He might be able to be a Ali without like as he is now, though. But that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying though. I definitely see what you're saying though. But one thing about your boy Love, when I hate to compare eras, but I will say this: I feel like if Deontay Wilder had that defense, he'll be a problem, man. Yeah, I feel like Deontay Wilder can go as far as beating even some of the greatest in the world ever by that means. But I feel like Deontay Wilder's only biggest problem is he just depends on that right hand too much.
Right. Well, and he also, but he did a good job in the first 3 rounds of just mixing it up, throwing left hand body shots, stuff like that. He did a good job, but the key for Deontay Wilder is just defense. That's what it comes down to. And I know comparing errors is weird, but I'm just saying, let's look at film from both of them. I think he could beat Ali now, though. But that's a different story. Because Ali would do that rope-a-dope stuff. And he kind of got hit a lot, man. But he still had good defense, but sometimes he just get hit.
Yeah, and that's what make me think it'll be a nightmare for low-key. If he faced Ali, it'll be a nightmare. Because Ali quicker than Fury. He's quicker than Fury. So he just... Ali way quicker than Fury, man. So I'm thinking if Fury's a little punches, just imagine what Ali can land.
I don't know. I think he might be. Ali would definitely outbox him, but just one right hand. And Ali was only 6'3" compared, and that's short, not short, but
yeah. But Deontay Wilder ain't got to worry about gravity in that fight. But the thing about Muhammad Ali, one thing he was very good at EBT. He was very good at, and that is he had great foot speed. Great foot speed. So he knew how to stay out of range of Wilder. And not only that, even though I could go on the limb and say this, I feel like Deontay Wilder might hit harder than George Foreman. But Ali always showed a good chin. And he faced a lot of big punches and no heavyweight put him out.
That's true. That is, yeah.
Tyson Fury never fought as many good heavyweights as Ali. So
that's definitely true, man. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, but point of the whole thing is Wilder's not done.
At all. And then once you listen to that interview that I sent you, it'll show you like his mental state and how much he wants to accomplish in boxing. Like he said, that was just we talked about because she asked him a great question. She said, a lot of people want to know, are you going to retire and stuff like that? And he said, I feel like he still says he has a lot of fights left in him. And basically Tyson Fury basically just got off the hook. He was close. He got off the hook in that fight, and basically what I'm trying to say is he didn't look like okay, I'm done. Like Tyson Fury basically, guys from my head so much to the point I'm gonna retire. Like Deontay Wilder still wants to be another world champion.
World champion. I mean, you think there's a possibility that he could come back down the road and fight Fury?
Honestly, and a lot of people may disagree with me when I answer this question, but yeah. But Let me say this: Deontay Wilder would have to go on a big winning streak. I'm talking about that's phone of mine. Here we see.
Yo,
Is that your phone ringing or mine?
no, that's not. Yeah, my phone ain't on.
Yeah, that probably was mine. Yeah, but I'm saying Deontay Wilder, the only way he can get a Tyson Fury first fight, he would have to go on like a big fight winning streak. Like I mean, like he would have to let's say he knocks out Andy Ruiz, Dillian White, and maybe Trevor Bryan. I feel like, and you never know. Tyson Fury may lose by then. I don't think he will lose, but he may lose by then. So we have to remember this, EBT. Tyson Fury was this close to getting stopped.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
does the fight make sense if it happens next? Hell no. Let's say Deontay Wilder get like 4 or 5 wins under his belt. Hey, we have to understand when he fought Tyson Fury in the third fight, he was coming off a loss. I feel like if Deontay Wilder get his hand risen a few times, to get that confidence back, it may be a different fight. But I ain't gonna lie, I still don't, and the pain you say this, I want to say he will. I still don't think he'll beat Tyson Fury. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's impossible neither. You know?
Yeah. Man, I think for Wilder, like I'm trying to just put in the words. I think the real thing right now is just activity, and it's all about fan interest. Like, because 5 fights down the road, you think? I mean, they need to do like try to see if fans would still be interested in. I mean, because see, Wilder haters would definitely be interested, but I'm talking about them guys in the middle that they're fans. You know, it's like boxing. Because Wilder haters, they would they love any excuse to see Wilder get knocked out. Especially for the past 2 fights. See, Wilder did a good job of building a hate base. You gotta have a fan base and you gotta have a hate base. Mayweather did a good job of that too.
Yeah, he got that Adrian Broner Mayweather syndrome.
Yeah, Broner, man, I don't even want to get on. I don't want to get on that topic, man.
That's another topic though. We'll save that one.
Yeah, we need to break down the fall of his career, man.
I'm not gonna talk about Adrian Broner. You want to go there? We could. You want to go there? You want to save it another time?
Whatever you want to do.
You think we got one? You think we got one? We've been on here for 3 hours. You think we got one more of this?
Hey, yeah, I think we do, man.
Let's do it, because I'm not gonna even lie. But give your finishing thoughts about Wilder real quick.
Oh no, that's all I had to say.
Okay, Adrian Broner, we're gonna break him down.
Yeah.
See, think about Adrian Broner. And let me say this: I'm a fan of AB.
Both of us, man, fans of AB.
Mm-hmm. This is my question. Okay, I don't even know how to start this one. Okay, it's like a gift. Okay, the pros and cons when it comes down to AB. Okay, let me talk about the pros. Number 1, AB, he has a lot of fans. Number 2, AB he has power. He can box. He knows how to sell a fight. He has charisma. We all know that about AB. But the thing about AB is, I feel like earlier on in his career, he was trying to be too much like Mayweather a little bit too much. You know?
Sure.
And I think that kind of killed him, because when he went into that McDonough fight, you could tell AB was overlooking the hell out of McDonough, man. And I feel like McDonough's a good fighter though, but I also feel like McDonough.
That's when the fight happened. You said what now?
Say it again.
But I said that was the real fault. That's when his career started to fall.
or deteriorate.
Yeah, deteriorate. That's
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. But I feel like yeah, McDonald took a lot of confidence out of him. But I also feel like this is this is just me being real when it comes to Adrian Broner. I feel like McDonald, he was a lot bigger than like Adrian Broner took that fight off of price tag. Like he was so confident that he could beat McDonald. Like he was like he didn't care about nothing else. But I feel like Adrian Broner was a 140 pounder, 135 pounder at that time, facing a McDonald at 147. That wasn't an easy fight, but I do feel like Adrian Broner was trying to copy Mayweather a whole lot. You know, he wanted the success of Mayweather. I even thought he was just. I love AB, but I'm telling the truth. I even thought he was jealous of Mayweather at one point.
he was. He still is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let me hear
Yeah,
your thoughts.
yeah. I would give 3 reasons. I would think he's not. Number one, he wasn't disciplined.
Nope.
That's number one. And that really goes into a lot of things. Discipline and yeah, that's basically the biggest thing. He just wasn't disciplined
He
because
got to be disciplined.
yeah, and he was too cocky at times because that Maidana fight, you know, you should see his ring walk. He wasn't he didn't realize, you know, you could do all that, that's fine, but when you get in the ring close to fight, that's when stuff started getting serious. He played around too much. He was just he wasn't disciplined. He wasn't you know,
he wasn't even focused.
focused. You know, he wasn't mature a lot for especially at that age, you know, when he was fighting, and that's what happened when he fought. And then besides that, he had horrible spending habits too. That's how he lost a lot of his money. That's besides the point because we're talking about boxing. And then he got in the fight in the ring, and then, you know, he's still playing around, and he got caught. And but people don't really talk about how after that, later on in the fight, they said he did very well. You know, he bounced back, but it still wasn't enough. But
it was a knockdown. My bad, but it's your take. I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, AB. I'm gonna be real with you. He had moments of success in that fight. It was mainly the knockdowns that killed him. The knockdowns killed AB that fight, and plus, you could tell McDonald was actually winning some boxing rounds against him too with the aggression. So, yeah, yeah.
He just wasn't.
Go ahead.
No, so he just wasn't this. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and he was, and you gotta understand, AB was undefeated too, so he felt like he didn't need a. I could do whatever I want. That's what he fucked up at.
He wasn't disciplined, and it might be the people in his corner, but he didn't take his fights seriously. He didn't, and that's what ultimately led to the downfall of his career. He's just taking every fight seriously. He got in that Maidana fight, playing around, and he took an L. And then that, because he tried to pattern behind Mayweather too much too, because he wanted to stay undefeated. And when you take that L, that kind of messed him up. And then the Sean Porter loss after that. And then after that, you know, he got so much on. You know, you got to remember all the stuff behind the scenes that was going on with him, man. And then, you know, he comes back, he all stuff behind the scenes. And then he has a point in his career where he could probably make a comeback after that Sean Porter fight. That's when his career kind of was like, man. But then after that, he you know, he had some good fights. And then he just, you said, you know, against people with power. And then he had some kind of like in the ring issues. Didn't throw his hands sometimes. That's a problem. But after the Marcos Maidana fight, that was a real humbling experience.
Very humbling experience.
He should have ran it back.
I think I'm gonna spare AB a little bit because I think he was trying to run it back on McDonald, but you know McDonald retired close to, after that fight. You know that, right?
Oh, did he?
See, no. He fought some more times, but I heard McDonald was having like he was like injury prone. Like May, I heard from what I'm hearing, I heard that Mayweather. I mean, not Mayweather. Because he fought. We all know he fought Mayweather next, but I think McDonald even said it that McDonald wasn't even though this may sound funny because he beat Adrian Broner, but yeah, I don't think he was ever the same. Not trying to take credit, I guess, away from Mayweather. We know Mayweather beat his ass twice, but I feel like I think a lot of people could confirm that McDonald wasn't the same because even McDonald said that Adrian Broner hurt him in that fight.
Yeah,
You remember that interview?
yeah. He said Broner hit harder than Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah, Adrian Broner definitely hurt him in that fight. I believe McDonald, but I swear, I'm not gonna even lie to you. I feel like McDonald could say that, but I feel that second fight against Mayweather took a whole bunch of confidence out of his ass.
Yeah. But
Mayweather whooped his ass clearly that second fight.
he was trying to be too much like Mayweather too. Everything, and
that was his downfall.
That and it's not being disciplined because after that Maidana fight, humbling experience, very embarrassing loss, and then the Sean Porter fight. Now he just lost that fight. That wasn't that bad, but he did lose.
And he lost, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, but then after that, it wasn't just. And then the Mikey Garcia, that was a bad loss. Jesse Vargas fight, he should have let his hands go. Manny Pacquiao fight.
No, he didn't lose to Jesse Vargas. That fight was.
It was a draw, but he still should have. He could have won that fight.
He could have won that fight. Yeah.
Then the Pacquiao fight, he could have won that one too.
I don't know. I don't.
He had all I don't remember.
He definitely had all the tools. But I was asking you, how close do you think that fight was?
Well, see, it's people saying that Pacquiao clearly won, but I can't take people's word for it because people say Pacquiao clearly beat Thurman, and Thurman won that fight.
Oh my God!
Thurman beat Pacquiao. Nobody understands. Thurman beat Pacquiao.
Thurman beat Pacquiao.
We should do a live scoring of that fight.
You know what? We definitely can do that.
As a matter of fact, it's easy because now we on this profile. I never knew how we could do it before, but now we're on this. Share my screen.
I got the big screen right here. You want to do it right now?
We can do a live score in that fight, and we can.
I ain't gonna do it.
And what I would do is, I could share my screen, and we could do it live, and you'll see. Thurman lost that fight. I mean, oh no. Thurman won that fight.
You're right. Thurman did lose.
Thurman won that fight, man. Thurman won that fight. It was like 8-4.
It was a close fight. No, 8-4.
Yes, I scored, bro. We could do that. After that knockdown, Pacquiao barely, and it was because the crowd was leaning to Pacquiao. But you see, there's some because the average boxing crowd is stupid. They don't know boxing. Physically.
At all.
Right. So when you see Thurman, when I'm paying attention, locked in, Thurman was letting some shots and nobody was reacting.
Nigga, I swear to God. Nigga, hold on. Let me say this now. Keith Thurman was outboxing Pacquiao. But I don't. So you trying to say he won every round outside of the knockdown?
It was either I had it 7-5 or 8-4. It was one of them.
7-5.
I think I might have had 7-5. I gotta find
don't make me turn my TV on every TV.
Listen, man. 7-5, man.
Now we gonna save that one.
We should do. But we can schedule it, man. A live rescoring of the Keith Thurman, and I can share my screen because I didn't know. StreamYard is definitely very good. I can share my screen, or you can do it on your screen, and we can judge this fight.
No,
you will see.
Honestly, no, man. Listen, if Keith Thurman really won that fight, I would say it.
No, yeah, I know you would.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I only seen that fight like once or twice, and I ain't gonna even lie. In the moment, it looked like Pacquiao clearly won that fight. I'm talking about because you gotta understand when you're watching it momentarily, the two knockdowns mean so much more. But two knockdowns don't win you a fight. But I do remember inside the fight, I was saying like, damn, Keith Thurman is like he's doing good. Like I'm saying, like basically, if Keith Thurman would have haven't got knocked down for the second time, I think it'd be clear Keith Thurman won. But I feel like that second knockdown was the icing on the cake. Kind of remind me of the Sean Porter versus Spence fight. Like Spence was, Sean Porter was getting with Spence, but the knockdown kind of cleared it. Like yeah, Errol Spence is winning this fight. Like, you know. Well, we could definitely, no, EBT, we're going to schedule that. We're going to get down the bottom of that one.
Matter of fact, I'll make it a whole thing too. I'll do like a premiere and everything. We can stream it or record it. You will see. Once you watch it over again, you'll be like, wow. And I'll tell you why. It's because Pacquiao was so old. That's really the whole thing of it. He got two knockdowns. A 40-year-old Pacquiao knocking down a solid, he wasn't in his prime. Well, Keith Thurman was still in a great age. And so that blinded a lot of people, man.
But EBT, you have to understand this though. If you said Pacquiao lost to Keith Thurman, what you basically saying is the only rounds that you gave Pacquiao was the two knockdown rounds.
I gotta remember how I scored it, but it was 7-5 Thurman.
Okay.
I knew I had Thurman winning. I can't remember the specific round count, but Thurman definitely won that fight.
And another fight too was back to Lara versus. That's what we just started doing that over because a lot of people would be interested in that. Another fight we could do over is the Canelo versus Lara. And did you say Canelo lost the first Triple G fight?
Oh yeah, for sure. Now you can't debate that. Everybody, oh my God, you can't debate. He lost that fight. Oh my, we talking about the one where Robert Byrd's wife scored. Oh, you can't. Yeah. I can see how you could challenge the Thurman one. You can't challenge that one. Canelo lost that fight.
Okay,
we can do that for that one too, man. And guess what?
No.
Everybody, and you go on everybody's score. My scorecard was identical to like some of the judges. You got to see. The only reason why Canelo is awarded a draw for that fight is because Robert Byrd scored that fight ridiculous. It was some ridiculous score. It was like 118.
Yeah, she had a 118, 111. Yeah, that was crazy.
Horrible.
That was horrible.
And had it been for that bad decision, that G would have been the winner.
And
he lost the Lara fight. You can do all those fights again.
He didn't. No, the Lara fight was close, but I don't.
He lost Lara. He lost Lara.
You gotta understand, ABT. Canelo was. We gotta watch one of these fights ASAP, man.
Yeah,
because I know me and you, we'll observe it the correct way, like, but Canelo was champion against Lara, so it's like Lara thought I had Lara win the first 4 rounds against Canelo, but I thought after the first 4 rounds, I thought Canelo started to land some great body shots and he started to come forward towards Lara. I ain't gonna lie, EBT.
Yo,
we gonna watch it back, man. We gonna watch the schedule it, man. That's what we gotta schedule
it. It's gonna be a big event. You will see. Canelo lost. Pacquiao lost that fight, and Canelo lost against he lost against Lara and he lost against Triple G. Triple G.
Yeah, but a lot of people, you gotta understand. A lot of people say that Canelo won the first fight. I mean, Canelo lost the first fight against Triple G, but he won the second fight. A lot of people say that.
I have to be fight again.
Huh?
I think I didn't really see the second fight like that. I saw glimpses of it.
It's all good. We gotta watch both of those fights back because they both was close though. They at the end of the day. But a lot of people feel like Triple G won that fight. But a lot of people feel like Lara versus Canelo, I think that's like 50-50. A lot of people say Canelo lost that fight. A lot of people say Canelo, because he was champion. He was champion. You got to clearly be the champion, though. So,
I'm just talking about in the boxing ring, Lara beat Canelo.
We're going to have to watch that. That might have to be the first fight we watch, right?
You can get that one, and we can get the it don't matter, but Pacquiao lost that fight. Canelo lost both of those fights. And then I like Canelo. I think Canelo's
Oh no,
number one
no,
pound for pound. Number one
I
pound for
already
pound.
know. You had Canelo beating Billy Joe Saunders and Kenneth. I know you're not a no Canelo hater. I already know,
Yeah,
but you keeping it real.
that Caleb Plant fight was just hilarious, man.
You said what fight?
That Caleb Plant fight.
Hey, we ain't never talked about that fight. Hey, you saw Caleb Plant was up on the scorecard?
He was?
I didn't think he was.
I didn't think he was either.
Yeah, some people try to say that they thought Caleb Plant was up on the scorecard, but you know how that goes.
He like I said, Caleb Plant. He just ain't bring nothing new to the table, man. But we already knew this.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna even lie. The first 4 to 5 rounds, Caleb Plant was looking good. He landed a good jab, and but it's hard for me to say he was looking good because we know sometimes Canelo he starts late, like he don't start early sometimes. So,
Yeah.
but Canelo got a few fights we gotta watch back. We gonna definitely get on bomb on that one, and the Pacquiao versus we gonna get down. That's the one we really need to get bombed out because you swerve and down keep turning one that one, huh?
We got to talk off air Instagram, bro. We gonna get a specific date. We gotta get these are fights that we cannot pass this up. These are important.
We're not gonna pass that up, and we gonna put it on both pages because I could easily watch. Go ahead.
That's it for sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah, for sure. Cause I could easily. Look, all I gotta do is this. You know what I mean? And I could zoom in if I really want to the TV. And all you do is you gotta turn your camera on, and you can watch yours at the same time. We both be watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn camera on, and what we could do, you can do it on that one on your TV, and I could put it on mine. That way, the people can see it too.
Yeah, that sounds like the best way to do it. So that sounds like a plan. EBT, I swear we're gonna get down to the bottom of this. And if Keith Thurman really lost, I know you're gonna say it. But it's fine. You got your mind made up though, so we're gonna wait for it.
Yeah, man. Listen, you'll see, man. You'll see. I judge all my fights. Oh, we can throw in Castillo versus Mayweather too. Mayweather won the controversial one. We can make it a whole series. It's off air talk, but
I swear to God, Mayweather won that fight.
That's what I thought too.
You know what it was? I'm gonna be real with you. What it was in that fight, Mayweather. It was a lot of biased commentary that fight.
That's what it was. I watched the whole thing too.
No, you're right about that. Mayweather was. I had Mayweather up like Mayweather was whipping Castillo ass, but I'm not mad at somebody who thought that Castillo won because sometimes that commentary throw you off when you watching the fight. Yeah. You're like, oh, Castillo has a big right hand. You're like, he didn't even like that shit. Mayweather dodged it, but it's like, oh, Castillo. So I'm not gonna even lie. I could understand how some retarded people could see Canelo. Not Canelo. Castillo won that fight, but Mayweather won that fight, man. He won that fight. But I wanted to watch that fight with you again just to make sure I wasn't tripping. Because a lot of people say Mayweather lost that fight, EBT.
People did, and I scored it. What we can do is we can make it a whole series, a whole nother playlist of just rewatching and rejudging controversial fights. I like that. I like that as a series, but but other people.
Go ahead.
But that's it. I said that's an easy. That I mean, and especially with this program is good because I know how I would do it before, but
you know how to do it now.
Yeah.
But the thing that this is the thing though. I feel like we should put the radio calls on hold for a second, and just next time we talk on the phone, we're gonna watch every round, and we're gonna give an honest prediction on who won that round.
So we're gonna put that radio calls going on hold. We're gonna do
the fight, the rewatches,
watching the controversial fights. That's exactly what we're gonna do, man. That sounds like a plan.
Hell yeah.
So
hell yeah, we got that down. We 3 hours in, man.
Yeah.
I'm Yeah, I'm gonna put this out eventually. I'm gonna take a quick power nap right now, but when I get up, I'm gonna put all this shit out.
For sure, man.
Hey, this radio was fire, man. I love talking about it with your ass, man. Hopefully, we watch those fights. We could do it whenever. We could do it like
Yeah,
probably tomorrow.
yeah.
Like,
I listen. I hit you. I'll text
yeah,
you right after the thing.
for sure, for sure, for sure.
All right.
Our ABTV Sports, man. This radio call was fire. You probably see my hand right now. I'm trying to get that.
Yeah. For sure, man.
Our ABTV Sports. I love talking boxing with your ass, man. You always surprised with your boxing knowledge, especially for your age, man. Shit,
Yeah, man.
that's just rare.
Yeah, you watch it, man. You
go ahead.
Just watching boxing, man. It's a sport like no other.
That shit, it's addictive too, man. Even the press conference and shit. That's when you get off the phone with me. I think you should go watch the Jake Paul versus. Oh, but they're going at it, man. Jake Paul and what's the guy's name? Tommy Fury. Man,
I saw it.
No, they got a second one. They just dropped. They just dropped that one 2 days. Did you see that one too?
No, I ain't seen that one. I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, they just dropped another one too. Yeah, it was John Fury, Tommy Fury, and Tyson Fury. They were kind of double. They were triple teaming Jake Paul. So I want you to see that one.
Definitely gonna take a look at it.
Hell yeah. Bro, ABTV Sports, man.
Yeah, I see.
I hit you up.
Yeah.
Much love.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I'm gonna hit you. You already know, because we gotta watch those fights. You know, we gotta watch those fights.
Yeah, we definitely gonna watch it, man.
We gonna watch them. Are you free tomorrow?
Yeah, they're gonna do well too.
Hell yeah. You free tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I'll just text you.
So we could start. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, BTV Sports.
All right, UT Sports signing off. Love one out. All right, see y'all.
All right.